Because I'm worth it.
Yeah.
She attempted to rope her husband into a foursome.
Excuse me? What a
It's
way
the
to
police
start the
woman.
show.
You're like, oh, I don't have the link. So I Googled the
you
link,
better be
and the
careful
first thing
before-
I see in the link is she attempted to rope her husband into a foursome, and she got paid $500,000 for this, and she attempted to drag him into it.
Well, we're starting off
Breaking
really
news.
hard and fast, I
Breaking news, you heard
suppose.
it here first. The chat is going to think you're talking about Xray for a second. I'm like, what the heck?
Of course I am.
Like,
Of course
excuse
I am. Who else would I be talking about?
I did what, sir?
Mark is like, no, I've got standards.
But Xray doesn't apparently. What?
Apparently, good. I sound like a whore, which is what this girl is.
What a start. Breaking news. Disparu is on the scene.
They're called the Coffee County. Oh my god, this short. Coffee County Sheriff Chad Partin. His first name is Chad. You couldn't write the story.
Shad. Oh wait, no. Why did I say Shad? Because I saw Shad inside.
I don't know.
chat.
Maybe is
I
Shad
saw
a Chad?
in the chat. I saw Shad in the
Chad,
chat.
Chad.
That's why Disparu
Shad
just
is a
went
Chad,
Shad.
He said Chad is a Chad.
Of course
Chad
he
is a Chad.
There you
Look,
go.
the man got engaged within what,
It's
3
like 2
weeks,
weeks or something, wasn't it? Yeah.
2 weeks, 3 weeks, and he has a bunch of kids. He's living the dream. Just saying, and he gets to have all his like nerdy toys, books,
Bunch of weapons.
and I think he's winning.
To be fair, though, he's Australian. He kind of needs weapons to survive.
That's
I mean, the
true.
spiders will
Everything-
take you out over there.
Everything wants to kill you.
Yeah, everything. I feel like I joined halfway through a conversation. It's me and
You
Xray
did.
too.
Kind
We
of,
both
yeah.
did. We did too. We didn't know what was happening. We were getting ready to say hi, and he was just
Like
like
mental gymnastics.
I couldn't believe it. You were like, oh no, that link you posted earlier got deleted. So I started reading the next one, and the story got worse.
Wow. Well, every hole is a goal, and apparently her hole makes gold.
It is for her, yeah.
she's like
It's like
Rumpelstiltskin.
80,000 per man.
Hello.
The best kind of sugar daddy you'd like.
The state, yeah, with an infinite pot of
He is
gold.
the best sugar daddy. God. Well, what's up, chat? Hi. Happy
Me and my husband
Saturday.
were on the verge of divorce, and I cracked, and that just kind of got out of hand. 8 guys is getting out of hand. Wow. Wait,
What?
I don't even think I can
there's
read that
more.
out.
Are
Can
we
you
starting with the
put-
story? I mean,
Hey, I don't know
think
how I
everyone
could read
will
this
start with this
article
one.
and not.
here.
Sorry. Look, I'm a professional.
Yes,
That's
you started the stream yelling about foursomes extremely. I mean, you wouldn't expect us on.
Hey, they say start as you mean to go on.
What kind of whiskey did you drink today, Disparu?
It was the same as
Obviously-
last week, actually.
Obviously not progressive whiskey.
No, this is the Singleton, but this is the
nice.
Malt Masters selection,
Oh,
not the normal one, which is the
M&M.
12-year-old.
Eminem.
Exactly. We don't do introductions here. We just talk about the story.
Hi.
immediately.
Who wants
everyone.
into like who is watching the stream is like, I don't know who any of these people are.
It's true. I mean, someone could be new.
I'm every
The story
Asian.
is old news, but there's a new development. Take it away, Disparu.
I got stupid, desperate, and guys are guys. They'll stick their thing in anything.
Wait, is that from the
Sorry,
Article?
should I
Quote?
share my screen because like
You know what? Share
That
your
way
screen.
you'll-
Yeah, 'cause I was,
shared
like,
what you sent.
reading?
that
and
way
I'm-
you'll
Me
know
too,
what
but
I'm
I got
actually reading.
confused.
That's if my entire browser doesn't die.
I feel like I'm living on
Look,
the
I-
edge.
I just want to say at the start of this. Are you going to share the screen? Because at the moment she's
It
riding a
didn't,
bull.
it didn't,
What the
This is
heck?
what I mean. She's riding a bull.
That's what it looks like. That's the 80,000. That's
Yeah,
what you
that
paid
is
for.
80,000 each. That is the talent that you get right there. I mean, look, just so anyone can see the art. How on earth does this go back? Cop Gone Wild, 28. And 28, you can imagine it's probably in the hundreds at this point, which is a pretty impressive time. 500,000 payday after she sued the city, claiming that that there was a predator for her superiors.
I know he's like, wait, what can I say in this title?
After she was fired for romps with 7 officers. 7. Yeah, because normally I'd be using like the Stream Deck to switch between screens. I can't do it in this. This is the one who got fired because she went with so many other police officers. And then she decided, no, I'm going to countersue them and say that none of this is my fault. I'm not responsible for my own actions or my own choices. They were just so hot, I couldn't resist.
Well, plus there also could be a potential like power dynamic depending on the...
There's no such thing as power dynamics. A guy goes, will you bang me? And you go, yes or no.
Well, no. I meant if it was like her boss or something. I don't know.
What if it was?
What if it was?
Yeah.
She might not be able to keep her job. I don't know.
Well, if a guy goes, will you bang me? And you go, yes or no.
If you don't bang me, you get
being
fired.
Your boss change anything?
If you don't bang me, you get fired.
Did he threaten that?
I don't know. I'm just saying that is a potential. I don't know.
Well, it's not in any of the articles.
Yeah, I don't know if it was. I think it was just like her fellow, like the same level.
She doesn't even claim that was a thing.
That's what I mean. Like, I don't think it was a boss, but I get what Xray is trying to say. There's like a power dynamic if it's like one of those.
If it was a boss,
no, that's not a power dynamic though. That's a threat. That would be.
That's true.
That's like taking a knife to somebody's throat. But unless somebody says that happens, why would you assume that happened?
No idea. I was just thinking. What could it be? I haven't read the article, so I have no idea what's going on, at least in this.
Well, it would definitely be in the headline.
Drew had the sauce ready before we
it would literally be sheriff, forced person underneath him. We would be using different 4-letter words for this if that was happening.
There we go.
Well, there you are.
I do like she was fired after an internal probe. She certainly was.
Probe? Where was that probe? I don't want to know.
Don't tell us. Disparu
involved games of strip Uno and foot fetish photos.
Uno?
I'm like, what? How do those two even go together?
Uno.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, what
Maybe
happens if you get a reverse?
Maybe instead of
do you switch round and she starts doing them? I'm not even sure. And it also says 6 male officers. There was also 7th mentioned somewhere. 7 officers, and then there's 6 male officers. So there was a woman involved somewhere.
Like, that's saucy.
It does say superiors in the title. I just read the title. It does say superiors.
It did? Oh.
Yeah.
Wait, they got terminated and suspended? Why?
I think everyone should just got terminated for having sex at work. Was it at work?
No, because through previous decades, the #1 place anyone met their husband or wife was at work.
As long as you're professional at work, I think it's fine. But obviously, this was not professional.
Well, it depends whether they were doing it on the job.
Yeah.
Like, say they went to Tesco or something and there was like a thief and they started doing it on the job. Probably not a good idea. But if it's after hours...
you're free to do whatever you want on your own time.
By lecherous superiors.
Oh, see, there was a possible like boss type of scenario then. Or your manager.
Don't you think it's interesting that you're immediately blaming everybody else except her?
I didn't say I'm blaming. I'm saying there's possibly. No.
Who cares if what?
Just putting out
we get back to
what
does it matter if it's her boss?
That they could have threatened her, but I'm not saying that that's what happened.
But they didn't.
You're just saying it's a possibility.
But they didn't.
Just presenting the possibilities doesn't mean I'm blaming anyone whatsoever.
Yeah, but they didn't.
But they didn't either.
That's not an accusation she's come up with.
But lecherous
even she's not claiming that's a possibility.
Lecherous? That's not a nice, kind word to explain someone.
Yeah, that's my point. But you're saying that somebody forced her.
I didn't say
nobody is saying that anybody forced her in any of these things.
Well, she said.
Well, it's not a possibility
because she didn't with the grooming, if anything. At least in her words.
No, her words doesn't say that anybody forced her.
They groomed her, but me
Yeah, but that doesn't
presenting a
mean force.
possibility means it's an accusation. Grooming doesn't mean forcing either. I'm not saying they forced her either.
Yeah, no.
So what's the problem with her
her
being the boss then?
saying that it's like
She's not a boss.
Yes, but lecherous superiors is something that the journalists are adding in. I'm saying what would matter if it was her boss, and you're saying because they could have forced her. Nobody forced her.
could be
I am
goody.
not suggesting a Vince McMahon thing.
Here you go, Mark. Yeah, no, I get what you're saying.
The
She's
journalists
saying,
are
like,
adding a spin to it by saying things like lecherous superiors. But when you read the entire, when you look at any of this, it is two consensual people. Well, not two, obviously, because it's one person. And
It's 8 or 9.
But out
or
of the
10.
8 people, all of them consented. At no point is anybody forced in any of it. Everybody is consenting. Which is why the lecherous superiors is them trying to spin it as if she is the victim, despite actually going along with everything that's involved.
And you're saying the journalist is the them in your previous sentence.
Well, the journalist is the one
Or the
writing
attorney.
Words like lecherous
oh yeah,
are
didn't she do
things that the
this?
journalists have written in their article. Yes, it is their moral judgment on the situation.
I think I do remember that she sent them nudes first because it was a while. It was when I was on full Aussie. Like it was over like when this first dropped. It was a while ago, and I remember talking about this. Yeah, and I'm pretty sure
The
that
city
initiated
denies
some of it,
liability.
or not all of it. I don't know though. Allegedly, I don't know.
And no taxpayer funds will be spent to settle this lawsuit. So each of the police officers are the ones which will be paying. Individually. About, well, over 100, well, about
How can they
£80,000
pay it
each.
if they don't have a job? Oh my god.
Well, they're going to have to pay about 80 grand back. She was
Hot damn.
with multiple, intimate relationships with multiple
Oh, so they
male
did
colleagues.
do it at
And
work.
on police property.
They did do it at work. Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah, see, I don't. It's been so long.
But
I don't remember the details anymore.
At least it wasn't at the scene of a crime. Thank God for small mercies.
Well, they could have
Yeah,
had
it could have
evidence
been
where
worse.
they did it, literally right beside them. And then they put their fluids all over everything, and then you black light and it's all bright everywhere.
Well on
Oh my
duty.
God.
Those Uno cards probably are so disgusting. Don't put black light on them.
Uno, she played Uno and swapping sessions with her fellow officers.
I'm quite sure the men sent her the photos. She probably sent the news just like, send me your feet picture.
Do you want to read this one, Disparu?
Do-rag
I'm with Disparu here unbiasedly.
Greg, thank you for the one night.
Oh my god. That is a great look on him.
With swapping sessions. During one interview about the I got stupid, I got desperate, I guess. And guys are guys. They'll stick their thing in anything.
Hall is the girl, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, a line like that just means that you are being insidious there. If you know how to manipulate men, stick their dick in anything. So you offered up yourself, and yet you're the one getting paid.
Yeah,
WTF.
she's essentially saying men have low standards, and I was low enough for them. I was there.
I just
this
met
is why
the
I mean
requirement. Yes.
things like
Yes.
the original stuff, lecherous superiors. That is a line which implies that she has absolutely no agency. She's just a thing that exists in the world, and everybody else acts upon her. It's like, no, she is an adult. She has choices, and she made choices. But that's not what the lawsuit says. While discussing it, she's like, well, I just did stuff with him in a substation. Me and my husband, because she was married at the time, were on the verge of divorce. And I just cracked. And it kind of just got out of hand.
So you were about to get divorced, so you had a sexcapade at work. Makes sense.
7 other people.
I know it's
As
not
you-
even
I
like
mean-
she just fell for one coworker or anything. 7 of them. That's
They do say the best way to get over one person is to get under another, but I mean 7? Does it take
was
7
really
people?
aiming high for that, huh?
I mean, that is the face of a really happy person.
She's ecstatic.
I mean, at least he's happy.
Dan.
He cracked herself wide open. God.
Oh no. All right.
Did-
Well,
So what's this part?
We
So in
solved
the
it.
aftermath of everything, she'd been sexually groomed by her predator superiors and had tried to kill herself. Okay.
Yeah, she regretted it and changed the story.
What is
And then filed the lawsuit.
how did she try to Minecraft herself? Because they never gave examples or proof that this actually happened.
I mean, is that relevant?
It's not relevant, but I mean, in the article they brought it up.
Surely surely all of this would only matter depending on the events that happened. I mean, her reaction to them are irrelevant. It's her choices that she made while she was employed that are relevant. And anything else that came from the fallout of that and getting caught.
I would say it's relevant, but obviously because this lawsuit was brought up and she was successful, bringing this up probably helped her case. Is what I'm thinking. I'm not sure.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. She was trying to
but they all lost their jobs and she got paid $500,000 for it.
No, yeah. I understand, but what I'm saying is that was part of the lawsuit, obviously, and it helped her. And
well, I don't really care about the outcome of a lawsuit. I mean, like, I care about reality, not a lawsuit.
But the outcome of the lawsuit was the men had to pay the money, and that sucks for them.
Yeah, but that doesn't change reality.
No, but that's what happened. Isn't that reality in itself?
Well, a lawsuit isn't reality. A lawsuit is somebody's judgment of whether she should get paid or not.
Absolutely, and you can use the law to bend to your will if you know the law well enough. And obviously, her lawyers were.
Well, yeah, and if the law is biased towards her, then it doesn't. Well, my point is that if she went through all of this voluntarily, which, according to her own statements, she did. Like, at no point in this article is there anything that said she didn't
I agree. I agree. But the reality is the guys have to pay her, is what I'm saying. So it is still reality, unfortunately. Well, I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just saying what happened in this article.
He's like, wait, I don't know what to say.
Them paying the money doesn't change the events that happened.
No, exactly.
Like this entire sentence is essentially that she was just an object that they all did something to, and that's why she should be rewarded. And I'm just saying, no, she's an adult. She made choices, and she had consequences for the choices, which now the state has gone back on and rewarded her for. She's essentially been rewarded for bad decisions.
Yeah, she's playing the victim role.
Like her entire lawsuit claiming position himself as a reliable source of companionship and advice. It's like, okay, so somebody was your friend and then banged you? This is $500,000, is it?
What a good friend. He got out of that friend zone real quick.
Yeah, right? Now you gotta pay for it, though.
Well, that is essentially every bloke in the friend zone right there.
Maybe stay in the friend zone, guys, okay? Otherwise this might happen to you.
Yeah, it'll be easier on your pockets. Just stay there.
Especially with the married ladies, I'm just saying. But you know, I think that the
go ahead.
What I'm looking at, these guys that she did it with.
I think so.
Yeah, yes, all of them.
That's a. See, it still would be a little unbelievable if it was like one person, but it's like
other ones. You're like, in for a penny, in for a pound.
I don't understand that. Oh, Powell just wanted his buddies to get it in. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. My God, that's
He invited her to lunch dates.
So he bought her lunch and then
questioned her whether she preferred dark, white, or milk.
Maybe that's like how he wants to flirt, because it was her husband at the time white.
Yeah. Pretty sure, yeah. Yeah, he was. He was
he was comparing himself to the ex. Clearly,
that's her husband. Ex-husband in the picture. Yeah. Okay, yeah. I'm gonna get some of these super chats. Well, they're relevant on this topic. White girl hoeing for $1.99. Thank you. Are you all talking about my sister getting a payday?
Oh, what's up? Other white girl.
Other white girl.
Congratulations on
Oh, they're getting sued by the blokes as well.
Powell is suing the city after claiming he was fired while his white colleagues were allowed to stay on the force because of his race. Well, you're also was he the most highest?
He's
up
claiming
officer?
3 million in damages.
Oh, well,
Everybody's
everyone's just
gonna get
suing
paid.
everyone.
Everyone's gonna get paid. Yeah.
Maybe I should sue them as well. For
It's
my
because some
mental
of them weren't
capacity.
fired, but others of them were.
They should have all been fired, realistically.
I don't think any
Sure.
of them should have been fired.
Even the girl?
I don't think any of them should have been fired. It was a workplace stuff. Now, you could argue that doing it at the workplace, okay,
That's a
yeah,
fireable
doing
offense.
doing it at the
That's crime
workplace
stealing.
should
Thank
have
you, Malcolm.
resulted in all of them getting fired. Yes.
Yep.
But only
That's
the ones
why.
that did it while they were on the job.
Yeah, because
I have no problem with workplace romances, but doing it on the job.
The only thing you can't do in unions is steal things and steal time for work you should be doing. And I am very against that. You shouldn't be doing personal stuff at work. But
You want to read this one, Disparu? I think you
Occam's
remember.
razor simply says she's a hoe. The
I
simplest
called her a
explanation
whore.
is the correct one.
Gambler93, thank you for the 10. And the stream is off with a literal bang. I know as soon as we started.
Oh
the
my
stream
God.
Well, about 8 of them, actually.
there's too much banging happening, clearly.
just 8 of them. Oh no.
Don't F at
Um,
work.
Yeah, don't. Just wait till you get home. Everyone calm down. 16-bit mascot. Thank you for the 350. Hello, fellow saucers. Glad you're on tonight.
Hello.
Cheers. Hello. Wicked Steel. Thank you for the 5.
She grew up
Oh.
dreaming of becoming an actress.
Well, Roger calling.
Hey, I mean,
Oh,
at
and
least
Saucy
she's
Saturday.
at least
Extra
she
Girl,
acts
Wicked,
like
and
she's in
Miss
Hollywood.
Drew. Thank you. Yeah, she was.
She could have a thing in corn.
Well, I mean, she got the casting couch down.
She's halfway there.
Wait, they still live together? Excuse me.
Well, her and her
Yeah.
husband.
She and her husband are still living together.
At their home in Manchester 60. Which they bought. I thought you said that did they separate, but they live together?
I never said she separated.
Well, I mean, now she's got this payday, so I'm sure she can move out now. She's got the money.
Well, yes, that isn't it. Yeah, the husband would
be
have
a
done well
interesting-
to stay with her until he found out the outcome of the court case.
She's gonna become an influencer or something. Like,
Oh, he could take half of that money. If
Hey, I bet
they
it's already
divorced.
happened.
yeah, she's probably already an influencer. Yeah.
Well,
Does she have an OF?
that's what I was going for. Yeah, influencer isn't the term I would have used.
Is she an OF model? Does
I
she
wouldn't
do
be surprised. I
Unos?
wouldn't be
Strip
surprised.
Unos on her
Hi,
channel.
Bubs. Brother, you.
I saw her tweet that, and it was only when Lethal posted the video did I understand.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Jason Webster.
I
thank
don't
you
know
for the
how he's doing
Australian
it.
5.
He's more of a man than I am. No. Is that how we're judging manliness now?
I don't want
I
to
wonder-
cover this brew for this one. He's having a meltdown.
I wonder if he had a quote, like emailed the quote in, or they called him, or an interview, because I can't see any male saying that just outwardly. He's more
Well, that
of
was
a
her
man.
boss, right? So he's doing this to like after everyone's found out, and he's like, no, her husband's amazing. He's staying with her. Yeah, he's trying to salvage his marriage. That's it. Oh, congratulations, man! You're so good. You take it because literally, it's like the less her life is destroyed, the less I'm gonna get in trouble. But really, nobody believes that.
Boy, get that payday and then separate from her. I
Yes.
would.
Yeah, that's
Yes,
the
take
smart
off.
thing to do.
It's what
You
you
probably
deserve.
will. You probably will.
You know,
Jason
you shared the
Webster-
wife.
He went through a lot. He worked there too. He was the like park ranger or something. So he also kind
No.
of like yeah. Someone put on the
Oh, I
channel.
didn't
Pretty
know
sure I
that
remember
bit.
that.
No!
Yeah, that's even worse. That's even worse.
Wow. So he sees them like, quite often.
Also,
and-
let's be honest. I mean, she's punching above her weight.
to
He
which
can
man?
do better.
Oh.
Like anyone.
All of them probably. Jason, thank you for the 5. Hi to the warmly affable Xray girl, breezy wicked virtue, and sharp Disparu. Saucy Saturdays consistently make viewers' weekend all the more enjoyable. Thank you, Jason. Hold on,
I
there
feel
was
like
one.
she
We
had
come with
sex
a life
more
warning.
men.
You want to read this person's name and the message?
She tried to recruit her husband, but he was not on board. I wonder why. Some got paid, some got laid.
Whose name?
I can see Uranus.
I don't want to see her, Enos.
Nobody did. Well,
lots of people
7
did.
people.
Just 8 people.
Yeah. Whether they wanted to or not.
Dave Chandler. Oh, this is your home state. It's Tennessee, right? Thank you for the 5. I'm trying to decide if the story makes my home state seem more or less appealing. Well, it's in the news. I don't know.
I mean, I guess it's better than police brutality.
Yeah.
Suppose.
I mean,
What are they brutalizing?
Her vagine.
Not everything needs to be spelled out.
you want to do this one, Xray? You haven't done one
Sure.
yet.
Justin Martins for $5 says, if stupid was a defense, we wouldn't lead the world in prison population. America!
That was
Well,
beautiful.
thanks, Justin. Oh, God.
It wasn't even her husband that grassed her up. It was one of the other officers. I mean, he became a whistleblower. I thought she was the whistleblower.
Was he one of the ones that she had sex with, McGowan? Can you pull up the picture
Well, it
of
said
him?
rope her husband into it.
Is that McGowan
one?
there? McGowan and his
There's
wife?
only 4. It's just his name. He's not tagged in any of the photos.
Oh, okay. Oh, maybe he
I mean, I'm assuming
knew.
it's him because he's above where they're talking about it. So I'm assuming it's him.
Oh.
He has a really angry selfie.
I feel very
for the...
scared looking at him.
He looks like
Yeah, that's like he's looking at her going, do you want your husband to be involved? No, thanks.
How dare you ask me this? We don't do this here at this police station.
Why is he
Yeah.
Irish? She's just going to
He was
Irish.
the
instead of British,
original
huh?
whistleblower.
He said it. Oh no.
I don't know.
He just went Irish. That was kind of Irish, yeah. It's okay. It's March, St. Patty's month. It's still in there.
Oh my God.
Nightmare, thank you for the 5. Even I'm not desperate enough for this butter goblin, and I'm pathetic. What were those cops thinking? Sad butter goblin.
think
I've
it's just-
never heard that before.
Easy access, maybe? I don't
Yes.
know.
Yeah.
She was there. 'Cause,
And, like-
I mean,
There.
let's face it, she's the kind of person that wears sunglasses on her face indoors.
Okay, when you don't have a lot of women around you, every woman will start looking better and better.
That's not true.
No, I've heard that from
No.
guys in the army when they're on course and they're not
No,
allowed
no.
off.
It's not that they look better, it's that you lower your standards, but you know what you're doing.
2 ways to explain it, but yes.
Well, no, it's different because one of them says they look more. One of them would be like drinking alcohol, people look better. The other is just, I might as well.
Maybe they got into the-
It's a bit different.
I
It's
have
like
a
you're still aware.
And she has a hole.
Yes.
Also, maybe they got into the evidence stash. You don't know. I mean, they were doing it at work. Who knows what other
well.
shenanigans could have been going on.
There you
Just,
go.
like, I don't know.
Thank you.
There-
Settling.
It's called settling. There you go. It's the word you're looking
Thank you.
for. Thank
I
you.
was doing the positive spin on it, unfortunately.
There's no need. We've all got eyes.
Josh Brolin's poetry, that picture too. Thank you for the $4.99. Chin in the negative, text filled with photos, expletive. Oh my God,
Expletive.
Expletive, yeah.
expletive. A victim and success of her own fall. A true role model, Megan Hall. That was beautiful.
Oh, that's a beautiful poem.
Thank you.
And I think a lot of women, and I'm generalizing here, when you get
What?
caught. Well, yes.
Paint
yes,
the
we
town
did say
red.
that. We should quote that and make a clip out of it. But
Yeah,
anyways,
Paint the wife white.
I forgot what I was saying because now I'm thinking about
It's a
this
3 whole
quote.
day.
I was thinking about Disparu. What?
Oh, I don't know.
Good job, Blabs.
I should be drunk for this. This is a great conversation for drunkenness.
I know it is.
I
What were you
agree.
thinking? And he's like, I agree. He throws it back.
Oh,
Hey, look,
God.
it's one of my favorite clips. Lethal always plays it on the Halo streams. It's amazing.
Yeah.
God. Oh wait,
well,
she falls into victim narrative because she got caught. you know?
Yeah.
And
Oh yeah, she's just playing the victim. Like,
yeah, but the
you
court
know,
believed her.
it's the woman thing.
She was just like, how was I supposed to resist? I mean, 7 men just offered themselves to me.
Could you imagine
Obviously,
if it was
that's
a
deserving
guy?
$500,000.
Could you imagine if it was a guy that tried to do that? Like, oh, all
Yeah,
these
no,
seven
well,
women.
only
This
he
is
would
my
be
point.
fired.
According to the law, she has
Exactly.
absolutely no power, no agency. She's not in control of her own actions. She just saw 7 men lining up with no clothes on, and she's like, how on earth do you even expect her to resist?
How
Look,
am I
all
supposed
of the
to not
agency
lay
goes on the
here for
men,
this
not her.
train? Also, don't put your dick in crazy, guys.
Did you say dip? Don't put your
I-
dip in.
Don't dip
put your
in,
dip.
don't dip your
Don't
dick in
dip.
crazy.
Don't dip. Don't dip in
Well,
crazy.
that would just be telling men to remain celibate.
With some of the crazy women out there, probably. I don't know.
Yeah,
Should have warned Mark too, but he married me, so he's stuck.
he's stuck
Yeah.
now.
You owed $500,000, Mark.
Ah!
If this story teaches you anything, sue.
Oh my god.
John Thomas, thank you for the $10. No taxpayer funds doesn't mean that the fired offers. Hey, the city's insurance pays and made the settlement. That's how this works. So they didn't have to pay.
True,
The city had
yeah.
to pay. Okay, yeah, that makes.
I mean, that would increase
Oh.
their insurance premiums, but
That's
they
why
could
they be the
probably still
taxpayers'
ignore it.
money, though. In the end,
yeah.
so it's just their way to kind of get around that with a lie, if that's
Yeah.
the case. Liars.
I would like to know what kind of insurance you need that covers you for this.
Here you go, Xray.
Dip in tips. Yeah, don't dip your tips.
Rather than
Don't
docking. No docking required. when she's
Mark
around.
knows I'm crazy. I keep threatening to eat our dogs.
Yeah, that's true.
I think he knew that, though.
So he knew what he was getting into.
I mean, he knew you were Asian, so...
I brought the dogs into the relationship, to be fair.
Yeah, but, you know, women buy takeaway. It's not that
Just very
unusual.
expensive takeaway. That's
Psychotic Mongoose, thank you for gifting a membership.
Saucy.
saucy. Thanks.
Sorry,
Iconic.
it's organic. Is that she said?
Yeah, so
Ah.
they're organic dogs.
Tuesday says civil liability insurance. I never even knew there was such thing as that type of
Oops.
insurance.
I
Sorry.
knew that. I just
Didn't mean to
wasn't
hit that.
sure that would count like horny employees.
I suppose. I don't know.
Can you imagine phoning up your insurance company going, are we covered for this? It's like, well, how many people was it? Where was it? Was it on the... Okay, yeah. At
Was
least
that
it was on
work?
work property.
Lord
Yeah.
Volta for $199. All women are crazy. Some are just more acceptable. I can stand behind that.
Yeah, Lord Botha, every woman can be crazy. You just need to do the right ticks to get them to the peak crazy. And some people are really good at doing that, and some people are good at mitigating that too. So
And others require 7 people to get it all out of them.
yes.
What was the appeal? She was there.
She's not that attractive. What was the appeal?
No,
Thank you for the
literally,
$5
this is a whole,
for
this is a whole
Thanks,
thing. There's a big difference between men and women, and when they do it for the first time with women, it's often, you know, I felt close to him. It was a big important moment. I feel the time was right, and with men, it's because she let me.
It's because she let me. Disparu 2024.
Mm-hmm.
Jason Webster, thank you for Australian 10. When they say you should always improve workplace relations, this is not what they meant. Sounds like a plot of a bad movie that should be entitled "Behind the Blue Door." Seriously, it's gonna
Oh
be
my
The thin blue line. Yeah.
It's gonna be a
It's
lifetime
gonna be
original.
a Rowan Atkinson comedy.
Yeah.
Look, this is team building.
Instant offense. Thank you for the 5 to the whore that stole my poems, Bukowski.
Wow.
Oh no,
God.
yeah.
I probably shouldn't leave it on that one. I don't want to scare the viewers away.
She does not look yeah, I don't want to look at her.
Yeah,
I mean, she's in every photograph, though. That's the problem.
I want to see these feet.
I don't want to
fetish
be
pictures
judged
she
by
said
him
that-
silently either. It's like,
What about the other dudes?
This is them, right?
I feel like he's the best so far.
She was like,
He
he's
looks
kind of
like
cute.
he's
Look at
18.
Should we
him.
rate the blokes?
Oh yeah, smash or pass? Pass.
Well, no, okay.
Pass.
Pass on the
You're
top
gonna have
two.
to like rate them
Pass
on
on this
like a
one.
scale of 7.
Scale
because
of
Because there's 7 of
which
them,
was
right?
The best.
Well, there's 7 of them. So if you're going to
Oh.
order them by 7,
Oh God. I guess okay. Between those 3, 1 for the dude top right, 2 for McGowan, and 3 for that guy.
McGowan,
far.
Yeah,
okay,
I can agree with that. Oh wait,
he's still number 1.
He's still number
Yeah,
1.
he's number 1.
Smiley guy's number 2. McGowan 3.
this
Bald
guy
dude
might
4.
be last. I don't know between these two. I mean, that guy. I don't know.
Okay,
I'm kind
brown
of torn
guy
between
5.
those two. This one 5, the K9 one. Which one's 5? The other one.
okay. So at the moment it's 1,
1.
2.
The other white guy 2.
2.
3, 4.
I would choose
5.
K9 for 3. And
That
then
one?
4 at the
Okay.
bottom, 5 top right, 6 bald guy, white dude, 7 brown dude.
Correct, Smiley guy.
So
He's
he
living his
wins,
best
though.
life.
Yeah,
He's so
he
happy.
wins.
Really? Because he also looks underage. He looks like a baby. Like
does
No, he's a
look pretty
police officer.
young.
He's not underage. Look, if there's one thing
Yeah.
out of this entire story that
No
we
one's
know for a
underage.
fact is that he's not underage.
There was a picture. Is the dog on this one? We were laughing at that
No.
in the group chat because the dog.
We had
was
that for the
upset with
original
dog.
one. That
It
link
was
got
got
deleted,
deleted.
unfortunately.
Yeah.
Although,
Maybe that's
it
why.
doesn't mean the
they forgot
dog wasn't involved.
you never know. There could have been peanut butter.
Exactly.
Go there.
Sorry,
let's
call
face
for being
it,
very
she's-
diverse.
It's a possibility.
Oh, God.
Justin Martin says this is why the stream works so well. Disparu keeps it crazy at bay, except for when he's the
Exactly.
one.
That's the thing.
except
This wasn't
for-
my topic. I am merely a leaf
Actually,
on the
you
river of
actually just
distraction.
put it in the
You
chat.
put it in the chat.
And you started the stream off immediately talking about it, so I don't
It's
want
not
to hear
my
it.
fault.
Introductions.
I am literally.
Thank you
I'm
for
just
the
a
5,
leaf in
Justin.
the breeze. I'm
The
just
leaf in the wind?
navigating the currents of the
He's just
water.
happy to be here.
I'm
He's
a leaf
just
in
happy.
the
I have learned
what
that
a
you cannot
boy.
control the flow of the river. You can
You're
you can
making
only
me
guide
so
it.
sad. A leaf in the wind. Mm.
I'm literally doing Wheel of Time references and no one else gets
Oh,
it, but it's
I
fine.
don't get
Yeah,
it.
I got Firefly from Leaf in the Wind, but you also didn't actually say that either. So I'm just making.
I've
everything
watched
up.
Firefly, but I can't remember that bit.
That was when
Here you go, Disparu.
the hubby.
Oh no, yeah, when he's aiming. Yeah, I know it's the captain guy says it, but I can't remember why. But I do remember the line. Sorry,
because
what
he
was
was
that line?
flying
I
a
didn't see?
plane or
Oh,
flying
this
a
one?
ship in a really difficult
The
circumstance.
victim of circumstances. Yes, I'm just put in these positions. I do my best.
He wants to be described as breezy. He's
I'm
very.
like,
should wear a
she's like
kilt
7 guys
for
around
that.
it. Might as well.
Yeah, wear a kilt. Ask
You'll
Ian
be
where to get a good
breezy.
one.
I'm not gonna wear a kilt. I'm not Scottish. I'm not gonna betray England like Nike did.
Dave Chandler, thank you for the 2. Level of attractiveness equals amount of money to lawsuit. So that guy, did he get like the least, the cute one, or cute-ish one? I don't know.
That
It was,
doesn't even. You'd think it'd be the other way around. She'd be like, well, she wouldn't go with those. Whereas in this case, it's
Oh,
like,
yeah, I
I'm amazed
get
they
it.
went with you.
I'm amazed
Yeah.
they went with either way. Honestly, God.
No, look, he can do
This
better.
brew can
Her husband
fix
can
her.
do better. He can do better.
he's already fixing Rachel's egg.
He can do better. Both
He
of them
seems
can do
happy.
better. Look, 6 out of the 7 people can do better.
Do better. The only one that can is the one.
I mean,
I'm sorry. He just looks really scary.
he looks like
Yeah.
he should be on Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
Yes! Like
he
he, is
does.
actually the
He's
person
Hank.
that's doing the crimes, not
Oh,
putting
Yeah.
them
Heisenberg.
away.
No, not Heisenberg.
Okay, I don't know.
Oh, no.
Heisenberg could also do better. No, he's like one of your underlings. He's like one of the guys in the
Oh,
background who's just like
please.
holding there to try and intimidate people, but doesn't really. He's kind of confused about what's going on.
God.
Megan?
Lord Botha,
Oh god, I hope
you're
that's not the Megan
evil.
that I'm thinking of.
It's this
It's-
Megan
no,
here.
it's her. It's her name.
Her name's Megan Hall.
I didn't know her name was Megan.
Well,
I
when
didn't
you
even
when you
care
say
about it.
Megan to Disparu, he thinks of
Narkle.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, I'd rather Meghan
Nobody
Markle
should be
than Megan
objected-
Hall. so-
Nobody should be subjected to Meghan Markle. I mean, come on.
That's true.
I've got standards. They may be low, but they're not that low. I mean, come on.
Wow.
Middle-aged divorcee who's a D-list actor who's never done anything in her entire life. If I can do better than a prince can.
That's very true.
I
Very
just look
true.
over at X-Ray Girl's face and like, no, you can't. No.
She's agreeing. She's agreeing. I saw there was like one of the parody articles that she's writing a book about how Megan's cancer, or not Megan, sorry.
There's no way Megan can write a book.
No, she's not. No, it's a.
She can't even read a book, let's be honest. I'm
Oh
surprised
my
she could read
God.
her own script.
No, about
I'm
the
gonna
one
take these guys
who
off
has
the
cancer,
screen.
the
Thank you.
princess. Whatever.
I'm like, it's too
how her
much.
cancer's affecting Megan because like every time something happens with the royal family, like it's Megan gets a photo op. So there's a joke that she's writing a book about how the cancer's affecting her.
She's not writing, and she wouldn't write an email.
she's
No, it's a
grifting.
joke. It's a joke. It was like Babylon Bee or something like that. It wasn't for real. I don't think. I don't know. I
Ah.
wouldn't. Kate. Yeah, thank you, Kate. How Kate's cancer is affecting her because she makes everything about her.
I doubt she'd understand how a
wouldn't be
keyboard works.
surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if it isn't a parody though, because Megan is. Yeah. Anyways, Nightmare. Thank you for the
She
$2.
still doesn't know where sandwiches come from.
Who's worse, Megan Hall or Whitney, Wisconsin? Who's
Who's
Whitney,
Whitney,
Wisconsin?
Who on earth is
Wisconsin.
Whitney, Wisconsin?
Whitney,
He's on the
Wisconsin.
case right away. He's on the case. You
Well,
want
nothing's
to-
coming in.
Oh,
Wait,
Whitney,
the Leafy is
Wisconsin made
here?
a
What?
video.
Is this like some
called
deep lore?
10 Reasons Why Girls Should Have Sex with. Oh! Canines. What?
It's now been deleted
Oh, no,
by
no, no.
YouTube for violating terms of service.
Okay,
I can
Whitney.
see
We're
why.
going.
That's
Bye.
disgusting. That's disgusting. You can't get consent from a dog.
Leafy. And
Okay,
this
she's
is
worse.
Leafy. But Leafy made a video called The Nastiest Girl on YouTube Ever. And that's from Leafy.
That's gross.
And he'd know.
Stop. Don't sexualize your dog. Actually,
Too
Dev
late-
made a
too
video.
late. Don't look it up. It's too late.
No, I think we know.
Whitney
I think
is
we know.
worse. Whitney is worse. No. God. At least they were all consenting from, what we can tell.
Yeah, Whitney's worse.
God. Blah. Blah. That
Ride
makes
the guy. Thank you for the 5. That lady cop totally bought in on the DEI training.
Mhm. She was very inclusive.
me-
Very. All right, moving on.
Included everyone in the police station. So, yeah.
Yep.
We're not off the rails.
Welcome
This
to
is where the
Saucy
rails took us.
Saturdays. We
Well,
were off
our-
the rails immediately. Disparu started the story. with-
It's not my fault that you started the stream when I was reading an article. And I read something out of
Countdown was
Foursome.
happening.
It's not.
How was I
our
not
fault
supposed
you
to
read
read out
the
something out of
article
Foursome?
ahead?
Don't read ahead in class, Disparu.
Always read ahead. Everyone else is too slow.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Also,
Skip to
hi
the interesting
everyone.
bits.
Yeah, hi. We're 42 minutes in.
That's what I liked about the movie Paycheck. There's a line in that where he's like, because he goes and works and reverse engineers things and then has his mind wiped out what he's reverse engineered. So he forgets most of his life, and other people are like, this is, I feel really sorry for you because you're forgetting most of your work life. And he's like, no, my life is just the highlights. I only remember the holidays and the interesting bits and the bit in between work. And throughout the movie, his entire path is learning that the more interesting bits are the more monotonous bits, where he's falling in love throughout work environment and stuff, and he's falling in love with another woman. So he kind of changes his attitude. But it does remind me of that, where it's like, we're off the rails. It's like, no, this is literally the highlights of the things we've learned all week.
Yeah. Yeah.
X-Ray Girl was
Yeah.
completely confused about that entire thing.
Well,
Yeah.
I haven't watched Paycheck, so I was trying
Me
to
either.
grasp what
Trying to keep
Paycheck
up.
was. But
Paycheck
yeah.
is a movie I hated when I first watched it, and it grew on me like a fungus.
Okay, where do I watch Paycheck?
Anyway, it's a really old movie.
Oh, it's an old movie. Okay, I thought it was
Yeah.
new or something, and I just
I literally bought that movie on DVD because it had a shiny cover, and I'm not joking.
Oh my god, you're such a girl! Oh, it's so pretty.
No, I went. There was a time
belongs
in my
here.
life where my PC broke, and so I literally went through and I bought the biggest games, literally the thickest games and the most CDs, which is how I ended up playing Final Fantasy, and the thickest books, because
some
that
thick-
way
Just
I
for size
could.
queen.
Well, that way I could save up more money for a PC because I would shoot it's bigger, so it must take up more time. But during that, I bought Paycheck because it was shiny.
Final Fantasy would have been a very good
I
game
did.
for you.
Final
to...
Fantasy 7 and 8 is when
time-wise.
I played during that. I also got into Wheel of Time for the same reason.
Ah, very nice, very nice. I love that that saving brought you more entertainment.
It took me all year to save up for a new PC, but I did it.
Admirable. Very awesome.
Worth it.
But it
Mhm.
was
Lord-
a PC, not a console.
Both of them. Thank you for the $4.99. Anyway, away from all that weird stuff, how do we feel about the XQC controversy with his
Oh my God.
sister? What?
It's
Did
not
he
his
do-
sister. It's not his sister.
What is it? I don't even know what's going on. I don't keep up with.
Okay, so there was a whole thing. I'm sure if you search it on Twitter, you'll find out. But XQC kissed a girl who does look very much like him when she's dyed her hair blonde. And so
Oh,
somebody
yeah.
said that it was his sister, and they're like kissing on the lips, they're closing their eyes and whatever. Now, someone said this is his sister, and then Destiny was the one who did the really weird thing, because Destiny came out and went, no, brothers and sisters kiss each other like that all the time.
Yeah.
But she's
so-
not his sister, and I think Destiny knew that, and I think he's trolling.
Oh, so Destiny brought it into like mainstream. So
Okay.
Destiny is the one. Destiny kicked it off because Destiny said brothers and sisters do this all the time. But
no.
given that Destiny is a big Twitch streamer, I think he knows that she's not his sister.
yeah.
Because if
and-
I knew that, and I'm not even I don't know who she is, but I've seen her in other things, so I knew she wasn't his sister.
they do look eerily similar, though.
Yes, I get why, but I think that's normal. People who get with other people generally go for like genetic compatibility, so it's not surprising that two people that are attracted to each other would look similar.
Yeah. Oh, and they actually dated the what? Oh crap! Whoop. NYYXXII. Oh, sorry. Thank you, Nixie.
Okay.
Clearly, I know internet stuff.
I don't know.
Yeah, there you go.
either.
She's not his sister. Styled her appearance to be like him.
Whilst
I'm not
they
even sure
dated.
about that. She went blonde.
Maybe they went to the same hairdresser. Who knows? So there you go.
Well, I mean, she just went blonde.
They were the same hairdresser.
But
probably.
It was Destiny's tweet that kicked off about it all, where he went, I don't see the problem. Brothers and sisters kiss each other like this all the time. It's like,
she made it
no, they
weird.
don't. But he's definitely... Well, it's not weird because they're not related.
Well, she tried to make it weird, I should say. Yeah.
Well, I don't think she
That's
tried to
weird.
make it weird. They're
I
not
think
related.
Destiny made it weird by saying that.
Yeah, but he's trolling.
That's what I mean,
Yeah.
Destiny.
Yes.
This was a whole thing that it's only strange if you don't understand the people involved. In which case, I get it.
Absolutely. It's weird, but a troll, and that's what the internet is
Oh,
for.
yeah, that's
and-
right. Destiny's a dude. And the first time someone brought him up on a stream, I was
Did
like,
you-
I never heard of her. And everyone
never
cracked
knew?
up.
Oh,
No, I know
okay.
now. I forgot, though. And I keep saying she because, like, I said that in my chat was like, that's gold. So I was like, I
It's
never
all right.
heard of
Destiny
her.
is-
I didn't know who
Destiny
it was.
is very
stripper,
progressive. He'd be
wicked.
fine with it.
He is
Like,
not a
Destiny wouldn't
stripper.
mind being called a girl, I'm sure. He's too progressive to get offended by that.
Yeah, I don't think he gives a F on what people say about him, but
Yeah, see, I don't even know what he looks like. Yeah. So, yeah. That's funny. I
I'm glad
forgot
he
about
doesn't
that.
have blue hair anymore.
I mean,
Who, XQC?
No, Destiny.
See, I don't know. I don't know nothing. I don't know how to internet. I'm just here for fun.
it's all right. You're probably one of the few women on the internet that he hasn't banged at this point.
Thanks.
Ooh,
I get a gold star. What about Xray?
I definitely did not. No.
Like, I did not.
She's
I-
married.
well-
I'm never going to
I know.
include X-Ray in any of
She's
this
married.
stuff specifically because she's married. Yeah,
Even
it's just like
even
to me, X-Ray
even
is just
if-
like off limits on jokes. I'm
Why-
like,
why
you
is
can
my
go
hand
over
like
there.
this? I don't know. Even
Hello?
You can get
like
sections.
even if I came to the internet pretty much like engaged.
It's that way
Slash
with my
married.
camera, apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
It's reversed. Yeah, I'm like, you can get sectioned. It's like, oh no, it's that way.
I know, because my left I think should be on the left side like a mirror, but it's not.
Yeah, I need to mirror my camera in order for it to be the right way round, which is
I
weird.
would feel really weird seeing you
Thanks.
flip though after all this time.
Well, I'm not. No, I don't normally refer to other people on the screen.
True.
I
I was just thinking of
let's
all the
see.
silly stuff Chrissy and I have done, pretending we're high fiving.
I just know this is my right. Just so everyone, this is my right hand side.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is for you, Disparu. Thank you for the 50. 50, David Chandler. Thank you. 50.
Dave Chandler says, Disparu, I'm a relatively new D&D player, about 8 or 9 months experience. That's not much less than me. And you're saying you're relatively new, so... I'm currently playing a cleric like Kylar from G&D Tabletop. Any advice? It really depends on what kind of circumstances. I mean, you've seen how I play, and that's how I've played from, like, the first time I've played a cleric as well. I've played it for about as long as you have. A few more months, maybe. But for me, the main thing would be other people heal when people get damaged. But what I read, and from what Arude's kind of said as well, is it's better for them to go down and then you heal them because they get revived. Simply for the fact that that way you give them an extra turn at life. Whereas if you heal them when they're still alive, you'll heal like 15 HP and they'll get hit for 25. So there's not much point. So I've gotten more damage and heals is like secondary.
Yeah, Disparu also does the whole, like, he's not at the back, but he's not the tank either. So somewhere in the middle distance is good.
Yeah, you can do both. There are cleric builds where you can be at range, and there's cleric builds where you can be, like, fully in there, tanking for everybody. Depends what you choose. But in our group specifically, if I go down, nobody else can res anybody else. I'm the only person that can revive people. And so I make sure that I don't die. If everything's going badly, I retreat. Like, I'm the first one out the door, because if everybody else goes down, at least I can revive them so they don't die forever. So that's probably a good tip as well. You do not want... If other people can revive, it's probably less important. If you're the only one that can revive, you definitely want to take things like Revivify. I took things like Twinning, so I can revive 2 people at the same time, that kind of thing.
Yeah. Also, depends on your other players too, but if you guys can have like powwows just to kind of know what role you have or just naturally fall into a role, that'd be good too, because I always kill the things that are hitting Disparu first, usually. I don't know if you've noticed, but I usually do.
Well, it's interesting. You do get a sense of how other people play. Like, I kind of know that comics will be the first one into a room and start hitting things.
Yep.
I know that you will be at the back, so you'll probably never really get hit, and you certainly won't go down much. So I kind of don't worry about where you are. I just assume you'll be safe somewhere, kind of thing.
I'm pretty squishy too. Like, I can handle a lot. Or is it the other way around?
Yours is an interesting thing, because you get attacked.
That made me laugh.
All of your rolls are so massive that if you ever need to save, you're never going to be in danger.
Yes.
So it's like you're basically immune somewhere on the battlefield.
I don't have to worry about Xray, girl. It's fine.
Yeah. But yeah, don't be afraid of... You know the turn order, so if you need somebody to hit something in between your turn order so that you don't get hit and your action can be more important later on, don't be afraid to call it out, because you have like 5 seconds of free speech that you can use.
Mm-hmm. This
There you
turned
go.
into
Hope that answers your...
nerdy
I know.
D&D. I love it.
I know nothing about D&D, that's why I'm just like...
I
don't
did
know what to
invite
say.
you. You didn't turn up.
I know. I can't do it on that time, but I know nothing anyways.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Maybe
trouble.
one day.
Other
Maybe one day.
people will be flying
We
up
are-
not to call it out. I'm not.
We are trying to plan a Saucy gaming stream soon.
Gaming.
Yes, probably Helldivers, because Disparu will just like disown
We
us
need
if
to
we don't play
spread
Helldivers.
democracy.
But I
not
want to play.
hypocrisy.
I do.
I tried to play Helldivers before the stream, and then YouTube was like, "No, you haven't verified your account in this long, so you can't."
What?
And yeah, and then it took me long enough to like log into everything again. That I was like, well, you know, it's 20 minutes. I'm not gonna have time now, so I didn't.
Oh,
bother.
like to stream. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, it was like I had to re-log in over like OBS and stuff before it'd allow me.
Huh. odd.
Sorry,
Hmm.
that sucks.
That sucks.
Jason Webster, thank you for Australian 5. Wicked, with some of these articles you highlight, each of you must sit there thinking, oh, that will be movie of the week material. We do cover a lot of like Lifetime movie stuff like that one we just covered. That's
Mhm.
a little
Movie
weird.
of the week.
Just stuff that we enjoy. I think that's why. Well, at least I like talking about some of the topics.
Yeah,
I
some
bring
of
up.
it's just funny, but some of it is like, dang, like like the cop one. Another 5 from Jason. Thank you.
Watch House of Ninjas.
Nobody does that was cringy face quite like Xray girl. Hilarious. She does. I can't do
Ooh.
it. She does a really good job.
She sits there looking confused, and you're like, should I try and continue and just carry on and explain further,
keep
or am
going.
I digging a bigger hole?
I just have a very reactionary face. I'm sorry. It just means I
She
can't
does.
lie if you say something to my face and go, ooh.
I think that's a good thing, though.
It
Someone
is.
going, I'm a terrible
She's
liar, you'll
trustworthy.
always know when I'm lying, is far better than going, I'm a great liar. Like, I could tell you that you're my best friend ever, and you'll never know the difference. That's worse.
Wait
That's
until I'm
definitely
drunk,
worse.
Disparu. Wait until I'm drunk. I'll be like, I love you so much. You're the best
We've already-
ever.
But
we've
again,
already
that's
hit
that's
that.
different as well.
We've already had that.
Everybody
I love
goes
you
through
guys.
that. That's just normal for a drunk person.
Oh wait, what did I say to you? I love you, Mark. Disparu, I have love for you, but I don't love you.
Yeah, that was the thing. Except there was a big pause. It's like, Mark, I love you. And then you went, Disparu, I have love for you, but I don't love you. And then you're like staggered off to the hotel. And it was the pause. It was like, how can I phrase
Then she
this?
just charged away.
And it was like you could see the cogs turning. It's like,
Fun times, fun times.
Great time.
Yeah, you were smashed that first night.
Yes, I was. I was just happy
I-
to see you.
And then you appeared at like the top of the top of the stairs and you Mark! And then you yeeted cigarettes out the window.
Oh yeah. His vacation ciggies.
Vacation sickies.
Yeah, that was a weird thing. It's like, I don't smoke. Except when I'm on holiday. I'm like, that's a very weird thing to do.
He used to smoke when he was younger, and especially being in the army, so it is a vice. And
Yeah, but you
know.
think it once you stop, you've done the hard bit, right?
It's like drinking, though. Well, I mean, I don't know because I don't have the addictive properties of smoking to contend with, so I have no idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
me
smoking
neither.
doesn't give you any advantage. Like, drinking changes your mood.
Smoking calms you
Smoking-
down, I think, right? And
Or at
curbs
least
your
you
appetite?
think it does, like the calming. I don't know if it actually has the calming
don't
effect.
know.
It's like a mental thing, I think. I don't know.
I don't know.
I mean,
I
he
don't
was
know,
at a
'cause I'm not a
pizzeria
smoker.
with you.
So I don't know.
Did he need calming?
Yes. Did
He's like,
we
"Oh,
not
yes.
talk about how
Oh, he was
crazy
in
women
London.
are?
He was going to go off and start his own gang war. You would have taken over that place if it wasn't for the cigarettes.
Chat saying, yeah, it gives
It
it does calm you down. Okay.
I know it suppresses hunger, but
Okay.
I wouldn't have thought that was a Mark issue.
Okay. Well, there you go.
We learned a
Question
ton.
answered. So real quick before we go into our next topic, me and Xray both saw the Frozen Empire, the Ghostbusters movie. Thought we should cover that for a few minutes. There's not much to cover. So I've talked about it on like a couple of the gaming streams since I seen it. I went on Thursday to see it the day that it dropped, and I got my popcorn bucket.
Jelly.
And
And is
he
staying with the marshmallow man?
yes, he's with the
I love it.
Um,
I love it.
So I didn't think that it was great. I gave it like a 6.5 out of 10 or whatever. I
It's
liked
actually a pretty good
Afterlife more.
score.
Yeah, it's not too bad. It wasn't that bad. Like it wasn't great or anything. This should probably be the last one. It wasn't as good as Afterlife. I mean, Afterlife was a good continuation and a nice little tribute, to Egon. And I like his granddaughter. I think she looks a lot like him. I liked how they did that and made her the genius and everything for Afterlife. But this one, I felt that you could have cut out like probably 20, 30 minutes and it still would have been fine. There were a couple parts that dragged on a bit. Paul Rudd was like, he was like the comedic relief, but I found it a bit like
Multiple comedic reliefs. All the men were like these dumpy,
Comedic reliefs,
awkward, like
yeah.
made too many jokes in the most inappropriate time. There were
I
too
thought-
many characters too. Like
that's what I mean. Like it was the story was a bit of a mess. But I enjoyed it because I liked the effects. I thought that looked really cool. Like all the frozen stuff. That was interesting. I liked that they had the OGs in it for longer, more screen time. Dan Aykroyd had a nice little like he was in like most of the movie. So I liked those parts I liked, but overall I did think that the movie was a mess. Like the story, like I said, you could have taken 30 minutes out of it and probably would have been just fine.
I think they should have cut
Um,
characters like that.
that too.
The the black girl that was at the whatever the engineering place where they're making the
She
ghost
wasn't
stuff.
needed.
She was unneeded. I feel like the Slimer was kind of unneeded too. Like they brought like
oh, here's the cameo for.
It's a lot of cameos, and it was so messy. They had good bones to it because I feel like they really were trying, but because they were trying too hard in too many ways, it diluted the story almost too much because there were too many people to follow. Like the brown guy, did we really need him at that point? I actually think he should have had a larger role because all we knew was he's just this awkward salesperson that, you know, came from a line of these flame people.
Hopefully.
And it was messy. I think if I had to give a score out of 10, it'd be a 4. And also the one thing that really stuck out to me that I hated was the inappropriate jokes around the teenager, like when they made sexual jokes around her. Because I mean, Ghostbusters does do sexual jokes, but not around kids, and so blatantly too.
I agree that if they were going to go with the Indian guy, like that route, they should have made his role a bit bigger. He was kind of just like goofy. I do think the one
There's
line.
no way you mean the Big Bang Theory actor.
It's not the same guy. He messed us up before. It's a
What?
different guy.
It's a different brown guy. Wow.
Well, which guy is it? Where's he from?
I
know him
he was in
from somewhere.
Eternals, I think.
Was it
Yeah, but where was he from? I know him before the Eternals.
Let me pull up IMDb then.
I thought the Pop-Tart line that guy had was kind of funny when he was like, I found this. I was just looking for a Pop-Tart. That was like the only funny like line because all the guys had, like you said, jokes. I thought Paul Rudd's were very
Kumail.
dry. Yeah. him.
Kumail
He's
Nanjiani.
the actor.
So-
I know him from somewhere before the Eternals.
The Big
Ian.
Sick. Oh, he was in the that TV show. Shoot.
Silicon Valley.
But I knew
Silicon
that.
Valley.
Eternals,
Yes.
but I knew that.
Silicon
Valley, yes. He's the same character though in every single thing he ever plays, and he's crap in all of them.
Yeah.
I don't like him.
I don't know about
I don't like
Silicon
his
Valley.
character in any of. It is literally just him put in a TV show.
Yeah, I don't really care for him. They could have had a
No.
better person, maybe. I don't know. He just wasn't the.
No, but he's like one of the. Hollywood has like chosen actors that they try and cram into
They
as many
do.
things as possible, and he's for some reason one of the hot actors that just gets put into things, and I don't
get
know
it.
why.
I don't either.
It's the same thing with
Yeah,
Zendaya.
so-
Yes, I don't know why.
That's true.
She's not even
That's
hot.
really true. Ian, thank you for the 50 pounds. Another Ghostbusters film.
Wow,
There's a
if-
Ghostbuster mobile in it. Okay, listen. I forgot the name of the Ecto one for like 1 second. And I was like, what's the name? I had like a brain fart moment. And I was like, what's the Ghostbuster mobile name again? And Ian will never let me live that down. The Ghostbuster mobile. That's what it's called.
Ghostbuster movie.
Thank you.
Hi, Ian.
Hi.
This
But-
guy has
Oh,
been in
you
loads of
missed it.
stuff, and he has
Disparu's gonna
strong
wear a
6
kilt.
energy.
This Rue's gonna wear a kilt.
He's
Missed it.
below mid, in my opinion.
I'm English. Why would I ever wear Scottish stuff? We're entirely different countries.
I think you'd have to be really inebriated for you to get to that point.
Why
You
is
gotta
there a
get him
show
some more of
called
the
Game of
progressive
Thrones?
whiskey. He'll do anything with that.
Progressive whiskey will get
He
him
will
in a
do
kilt.
anything. He turns into Disparu times 10, and he's ready for anything.
Hey, you say that. Hang on.
Hey,
That
Hey.
sounded very Canadian of you.
Hey.
No, just show the screen what I'm looking at. Why is this a thing?
Gay of
Is this a
What?
corn? Is this a corn?
Parody?
No, this is Kumail. This is the guy you're talking about. I was looking through his IMDb. This is
He
one of the
did
shows
this?
he's been in.
I kind of want to watch it just for fun.
Is he in the top cast? Where is he?
No,
No,
you have
not
to go
even
really far
dang.
in.
Well,
Oh.
he was. He was. Hang on.
This is before he made. Oh, bye.
Disparu's like, I'm done. I'm gonna go.
I think
read all
he
my
actually he clicked leave studio by accident.
He did. He doesn't know how to. It's okay. He's new.
He's new to sharing his screen.
Yeah, we're teaching him.
apparently I clicked leave studio, and it's like, no, that's not leave. It doesn't mean just like stop sharing a screen. It means we're going to kick you out of the entire chat for some reason. All I wanted to do is click back on the web page, but apparently that's not good enough.
Whoopsies.
Why would that literally next to? Why don't you share your screen?
I know
There we go.
There you go.
He's getting it. He's getting it.
When the whiskey milk hits.
Oh,
Look, there you go. I'm not making it up. This is his.
Gay of Thrones. So
Yeah.
is he gay in this? I wonder.
Well, I mean, I don't know. Kumail Nanjiani.
Nanjiani.
I'm just saying this is. Oh, okay. So it does actually follow the tab when you click
Wait,
things.
Jonathan Van
It
Ness.
parodies game. It might be. It might actually be
A corn?
like an adult version.
Oh no, it says Funny or Die. Isn't that like a
Oh yeah, it'd be
Yeah.
a sketch.
sketch? Yeah.
I was
thank
gonna
you.
say, I don't know. Is there corn on IMDb?
Okay, but if it's a sketch, why is there 6 seasons of it?
He has
Because
one
they
episode
did
of
one for
credit.
each.
Oh, maybe, yeah.
Yeah, but there's 6 seasons.
I wonder which character he played.
That's a long sketch. Like, how long can you keep that idea going for?
As long as the show goes on.
Ian, thank you for another 50. Yeah, funny how Disparu just stumbled across that and then
I
disappeared.
was just scrolling down his list.
He's
and
just
it
so
happened.
gay and
Whoa,
Thrones, like, I
whoa,
gotta check
whoa,
it.
no.
Well, there won't be any
out.
corn on here.
We're not
okay?
scrolling further down IMDb.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
So yeah, so that he did that's what he did before Men in Black and then Silicon Valley.
Wow.
Wait, why was he in WrestleMania? The Twilight Zone.
He wrestled John Cena.
This guy has
I
been
don't
in
know.
so many
He
things.
might have. I have no idea. I don't watch wrestling anymore. It's been a
All
while.
of it's like kind of lukewarm stuff too.
Yeah,
And
it's
some
all
of it's
around a
voice.
6.
Yeah, some of his voices do, like animated series. So I don't know. I knew he looked familiar, but I never watched. Was it Silicon Valley? I don't remember
Silicon
him. He
Valley
was
was
in the
good, but
boys.
he
Who was he in
wasn't.
the boys? He was in the boys. I don't remember
Was
him in
he?
Well,
that.
he look, he will be without watching this stuff, he will literally be the same character in everything. It's the only character he ever plays.
Yeah.
He was
He's
the
been
same character in
typecasted.
Obi-Wan Kenobi. He was only in it for like 2 seconds.
Hmm.
He is literally the amount of stuff he's been in is actually insane for a guy who can only play one character. He's been in 96 things.
But that's also because of DEI, though, that he's gotten
Well,
a lot
yes.
of roles. That's the only reason why. Otherwise, he would never get casted, I don't think.
I can agree with that.
I mean, I could understand after Silicon Valley because it was a massive show, and so he's going to
Mhm.
have some kind of star name. But then as he did all of this other stuff, most of which you've never heard of, you would have thought that would have like really damaged his kind of brand. And then as people learn, okay, you can only do one role, we're not going to employ you for more. It's like, no, we're just going to keep employing you for more and more important things.
Oh, he
Crazy.
fell upwards then at this rate.
Well, yeah, he
Huh.
literally... Have you ever heard of
And-
any of this stuff?
No, but I mean, I don't even remember who he was in the boys. I watched both seasons. He was in one episode. I don't remember. He probably was somebody that like died
I mean,
right
to be
away.
fair, it
I
says
guess.
uncredited,
Oh, what the heck?
so he
I don't
might
know.
have been cut out of it, I guess.
Oh, that's
okay.
true. And a lot of the other stuff is like kids shows from the looks of it, so we'll probably
Like
never,
voices.
like,
and-
yeah.
Yeah.
which makes sense.
And he's like smelting refinery god. That's a side character if ever I've heard of one.
Oh.
Yeah. Instant defense. Thank you for the 5. What do you call a blonde doing a handstand? A brunette with bad
What do you call a blonde blowing another blonde's ear? A brain transplant.
Oh my god.
This was like, I got one too.
Yeah!
Oh my god.
Oh, jeez.
for laughing.
The chat's laughing. Don't feel bad.
Oh my god.
Blonde jokes. Back to the 90s, folks.
Okay. Oh, good.
My time is now.
bring your mom jokes as well at that rate.
We might as well. If he was in Game of Thrones, then I'm guessing he was in the Boyas. What?
What?
What? Do you mean boys or Am
The
I missing
boyas.
something?
I don't know.
Boyas.
He's Scottish. I don't know his
I don't-
local trends. Like, oh, maybe
Sometimes-
you'll wear a
sometimes he
skirt
does
as well.
typos. It's okay. We all make typos sometimes.
I don't think that was a typo. I just don't
Well,
know
if
the
it-
reference.
If you ask Xray girl, yes, even though he's got brown hair, she was like, "You're
Yeah,
blonde."
For
Did
some
you see
reason,
them in
I'm supposed to be
person?
blonde. I'm like, I've always had brown hair. Like, at
Yeah,
no point
I
have I
don't
ever
know
had
why.
light hair. It's like, maybe it was the light. What kind of light? What, the bleach light?
Yes. Okay,
The-
I'm blonde.
X-ray vision.
whatever.
Look, I know I'm going bald, but I'm not that bad.
I'm going bald. That doesn't look
Are
like
you?
it. Are you?
Yeah,
Like-
like literally, if you look at the hairline, it's definitely
Sorry,
not.
I was
That's
trying to
not
think,
bad.
like,
That's
what does
even
Disparu's
worse.
hairline look like? I
I
don't
know,
know.
we never
it
see
is. We all are getting into sort of what was the GameCube territory?
GameCube. Oh my god. What a comparison. No, I don't think you're going bald.
So it was no. I've seen my dad. I know where I'm going. I don't care.
Is he
Like
bald?
other people care more about my hair than I do.
I mean, they really do. They're always like, Disparu
Yes.
needs a haircut.
It's like no, I'm not. Look, the last time I cut my hair, the video afterwards was the most commented video I've ever done, and all of them were just about my hair. Like all of them.
Here you go, Disparu. Read this one. Thank you for the 5 slash.
Why can't Helen Keller drive? Because she's a chick.
Oh my god, thank you, Slosher. For the 5 Canadian. Oh my god. Canadians can make jokes.
It is the most negative thing about her.
Oh no. Justin Martin, thank you for the 10. Not sure anybody wants any more Ghostbusters movie except Hollywood. Face planted hard on the first one. Yeah, I feel like this is gonna be the last one. They might like pull a third one out of this little like set like the newer ones, but I don't know. I think this might be it. I think
My question
it's
is
done.
when will Hollywood learn that maybe remakes, regurgitations, if anything, because it's usually not as good once they chew it up, they're just not working. There's no movies that I can think of that are, or just previous franchises that are actually making money, except for maybe House of the Dragon right now.
And that's not that like I mean Ghostbusters is back to the 80s. The only one I will say was, and if they only did one, was Top Gun. When they did Maverick, that did really well, and it was actually a really good movie. You know, because
Fair.
it's usually if something is like from 30 years ago and they try to reboot it, it's like, what are you doing? That they did good with that, but I mean,
But it
Ghostbusters.
also had a lot of time to
I liked
breathe,
Afterlife, though.
and
Yeah.
Tom Cruise had a huge hand in that movie.
Yeah,
So
I
like,
think it's
honest-
less about time to breathe and more about the morality of it. You have Hollywood now, which is literally an entirely different morality than we had in the 90s. Throughout most of the 20th century, it was like a masculine morality. It was like it was justice-based. You get what you deserve. Now we've moved into a care-based morality. Everyone's equal. There's no such thing as hierarchy. Everyone needs to care about each other. And so you don't really have heroes anymore. You've got like girl bosses where they kind of social themselves out of situation. Everyone needs to be nice. And if anyone
there's
gets
more
what they deserve,
anti-heroes too. Like
yeah, if anyone
villainous.
gets what if anyone gets what they deserve, it's probably down to something else. It's probably a woman that's done some kind of social faux pas rather than anything else. Whereas Top Gun was literally just masculinity. It was guys in jets shooting other people down in war.
yeah.
And
There
it had-
was no femininity about it, really.
Hi, Mike.
Well, there was a
Saucy.
little bit with the love interest, a little
Yeah,
bit.
but
Well, yeah,
they
but that's
catered
how
to both
movies
sides
always
a little
were.
bit with that.
They-
You know what I mean? The
they would
women
be-
liked it because they had the volleyball scene with the shirts off for the girls, and they had the
Mhm.
love interest for the girls, and then they had the pew pews for the guys. But some of the girls like the pew pews.
But
too. I
okay,
enjoyed
and
that.
I will say this:
But
femininity.
it's about what you prioritize.
Yeah, femininity. I think my definition of femininity is very different to the Hollywood definition of femininity. So I'm
Yeah,
also putting that out there.
Yeah, that's very true.
When I use the terms, it's generally with regard to morality, which doesn't necessarily mean just because you're a woman you share that kind of morality. Because if you're a woman brought up in a conservative household, you'll have masculine morality. And so I think I may use the term differently than other people. But yes, in general, women will prefer like romance and kind of the social stuff, and the men will just want, I want explosions
I want
and shooting planes
explosions
out the air.
and yeah.
Mhm.
Ian, speaking of masculine morality, if you want to see Conor McGregor's bare arse, it takes up about a third of the runtime in Roadhouse. Really, I didn't see that. The new
I've never seen
Roadhouse
Roadhouse,
movie.
and
I
don't
don't
know why
want to
I'd want
see
to.
Connor's butt.
I don't want to see his booty, but thank you. They do, Mike. They do. Here, I
Girls
think
do
this is what
have
Mike
boobs.
wanted. He wanted this when he came in. Here you go.
Saucy.
Yeah,
Those are
those
saucy.
boobs are saucy, especially Sydney
Saucy.
There's no
Sweeney's.
boobs in that clip.
Sorry, I look at Wicked's face and she's just stunned.
It feels like we need a clip with boobs in it.
Sydney Sweeney, what's up, girl?
Yeah, we need
Yeah,
we need a clip of
you need the
Sydney.
you
Do you
need
have
the
something?
Sydney Sweeney
Disparu,
where
what do
she
you
walks
got?
up.
We know you got it. Send
I've
it.
got. I do have
I know
the
you
clip.
got-
I can. I'm
I
sure I
do.
can render that clip out for you. That's no problem
Okay,
at all.
that we should do that as with Disparu's saucy.
Yes, I got
I
Yeah.
can
it. I
definitely
can do
render
that.
that clip out.
Yeah,
I can do that.
We have the technology.
We're getting boobs. We're getting
Boobs.
boobs, chat.
Well,
you know,
Disparu is looking for boobs. I'll get to some of
I
these
saw
super
an
chats.
article recently, and it was like, there's a certain Madam Web character who is odds-on favourite to be the next Bond girl, and I'm like, we all know who that is. It's not going to be anyone else except
Obviously,
Sydney
Dakota
Sweeney.
Fanning. Duh.
Have you seen? She's literally recently been going, I only did Madam Web in order to get contacts within Sony so I can do other movies. It's like, I just like how honest she is. She doesn't
She's
care
like,
very
this
about
is
honest.
anything
networking
else.
for me.
Like, yeah, I just need to get the names.
I think
I just
she
put
would
my
be a
boobs
great.
in front of them and I get
I-
roles.
I know that everyone says she'd be a good black cat, and I see the look, but I think she would be a good black canary, at least look wise. She would crush it. The comic book black canary. She's got the big boobs, the blonde hair. She's ready. She's got it. Anyways,
I guess we'll see.
There you go.
we'll see.
Wicked
Jason
says she's
Webb,
got big boobs. That's enough.
That's enough. Jason Webster, thank you for the
Boo!
10. Mark Kermo to call the script rating of Ghostbusters Frozen Empire perfunctorily
Perfunctorily.
mechanical would be an insult to many perfunctorily mechanical things that are actually quite useful. Thank you, Jason, for the 10. And John Thomas says for 5, thank you. Why is it so difficult to grasp? He's just a designated Indian dude. It's how Hollywood rolls. Oh, we grasp it. We know. We're just talking about it. I get what you're saying. That is how they roll, unfortunately.
Mhm.
And Eric K, thank you for the $2. Love these ladies. Oh, hi, Disparu.
Hi, Eric.
Hi.
It's all right. I expect to be play second fiddle here.
No,
I don't
everyone
have
loves your
boobs.
sauciness. Nightmare, thank you for the $2. Nanjani is Pakistani, more diverse, not Indian. Oh, see, we're terrible. We're horrible.
It's all
people
much of
here.
a
We don't
muchness
even know.
over here.
All he needs to do is be gay or one of the other LGBTQ number or not numbers. Well, there is a number in there, letters,
wrong
and
one.
then you will have a very diverse character to hire.
Yeah. Big Raj, thank you for the $1.99 super sticker. Hi, Raj. How are you?
Hi, Raj.
She's so sweet. Hi, Raj.
Hi, Raj. We were on a plane together.
Oh,
heading
yeah.
to
Your
Toronto.
Canadian brother.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Disparu.
Reckon-
I thought that he was going to have this clip like on his desktop.
Are you
Like,
No,
right?
I'm even like, do I have it with the music? Do I not have it with the music? There's,
We can mute it. It's okay.
we have a week until we, unless you really want it for tonight. So
Yeah, just find it, send it to me. I got this.
you're like, oh, he's gonna have it on his desktop. Well, I have it in various different DaVinci Resolve files, which I then have to render out.
Oh, okay.
It's got it fine.
So what I could probably
How on earth
find
do you
it and
think
just download it
computers
from
work?
YouTube. If what is the clip? Like it's just her
Then
walking
you
on
would
the
have
carpet.
to cut it anyway. It's fine.
Okay, he's like, I got
speaking,
it.
I'm
of
literally just
assets-
calling it boobs.
Speaking of assets, not boobs this time, about the booty. Can I share this? I'm gonna share it.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
There is a coupling quote which says asses are basically God's way of going, as long as you've got cleavage, we don't care which way it's facing.
Thank you.
Oh my god, that's so funny.
Thank you.
So
And I didn't even say thank you to that, but that's actually funny. I'm
Thank
gonna say thank you to
Twitch has a new meta, which I think it's better than the square boxes. I'm being sneaky, but I actually have no idea why anyone would watch this, to be honest.
I literally saw that happening
Disparu would
with
watch
a
it.
Trump rally
Yeah.
on the arse.
Wow.
I'm not
What
even
a way to
joking.
watch
Like, there was
Trump.
someone watching the
What a way
rally
to promote.
over their arse. I'm like, I've never been more interested in politics, to be honest. Like,
Yeah.
ever. At any point in my life. I'm not even American and I was watching it.
All right.
I'm rusty. And with a little rusties. Yo,
My
Like,
God.
this is how you play Fortnite.
No.
It
Disparu,
is.
Should we play Fortnite like this? Is this the new meta that we should all do?
Look, your viewers would go up.
There's an
I mean, after that, it's your choice. But if we're just going off what the audience wants, Trump.
Go Disparu. Trump on the road.
Trump on the rump.
Yeah.
That's the type of TDS I want.
And I have seen so many things played in this kind of thing. There was another one, you know, that the sort of the VTubers, they were doing it with their cleavage, and that they just, because they can make their cleavage any color, they made it green, so it was just their cleavage that was playing games.
Wow.
Oh yeah, you can get once somebody finds the new meta. There's lots of different variations for
Oh
it.
my God. She-Hulk could just do it naked.
Yes. And luckily, she'd be invisible, so no one would have to look at her.
Are a lot of people doing this?
Look,
meta?
I liked that actress until she did that show. So
She
What
probably
was she
still
on
could-
before that?
she did Orphan Black. She's actually like genuinely an amazing actress. In Orphan Black, she played multiple different characters that were all clones of herself, and so she had to play different personalities in the same show, talking to herself. And every single character was believable that she was playing. So
Do you think she
Ro-
just accepted the wrong role?
I know she had anime
Well, yeah,
boobs
but
bounced
she-
on her butt cheek.
I mean, it's Marvel, so back then when she accepted the role, you would have expected it to have been a success. So I
Yeah.
get it, but that was
like-
one of the things where I'm like, I do not blame the actress at all for the failure of that show, because she has the talent to pull it off. Just
It's
That
just
was
the
not the show
writing
for
was
it.
bad. I mean, she
Yeah.
did fine enough in her role. I just didn't like her role.
I've never seen
at all.
Orphan Black.
Orphan Black. I only watched the first series, I think, but it was a good show. But she's definitely a great actress.
You know, there was a time though that, you know, I get that like she's a new agent, but there was a time that like getting a role in Marvel
Yes.
was like,
The goal.
yeah, it was a
Like-
goal. And now it's like, look at Sydney Sweeney. Oh, I just needed to make connections.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, but I
well,
think that's how you should be. Like, rather than trying to defend it or attack people or make excuses, she was just honest. It's like, yeah, I did this so I could get
Oh
contacts
yeah.
in Sony.
Oh yeah, I'm not
And-
that, like down on her for it. It's just like kind
Yeah.
of sad that that's what the level we're at now. We used to be excited for these movies. People used to be excited to play these characters, and now this is just where we're at. It's just all a big joke.
I think honesty is the best thing for it. It was like before
Yeah.
when someone asked, "Well, aren't you like upset at how it's performed?" She's like, "Well, I'm just an actress. I got hired for a job. I did the job.
I did what
They're
I
the
was
ones that
supposed
write
to
the thing.
do.
I'm not
Everyone
responsible
else-
for the failure. I did the best job I can do." So, that's by far the best attitude to take with this stuff. Nobody really blamed any of the actresses for the movie.
I can agree
Except
with
for
that.
the studio.
The
The studio
Cavill.
blamed Dakota for speaking out against.
They were upset, yes.
Yeah.
But again, with Dakota, there were some people in the reviews that said, you know, she acts like the clothes scenes of 50 Shades, which was probably fair enough.
Yes.
But then again, her interviews around the show gave it far more advertisement than anything they paid for.
It's
so-
better than being like, we are going to change lives. We're going to save lives.
Mhm.
Because that doesn't make me want to go see a movie. I want to think this movie's going to make you emotional or excited. I don't know. Not change lives. My life doesn't need changing.
Well, yeah.
I'm
and
very
the-
happy. Thank you.
The marketing
No.
that she gave it in those interviews, money, like pound for pound, money for money, is worth way more than anything they paid any of their like TikTok fans or whatever for getting people in the cinema. Because she actually went viral in her attitude, so they shouldn't be upset with her. They should be thanking her for getting them the free advertisement.
It's probably more like they probably got more people watching it than not watching it at that rate.
You want to know
be fair.
what is something that saved lives? Buffy. You guys ever see that video? It's like this sassy Southern like grandpa, and he's like his son's recording him and he's like, do you remember that time that Buffy saved our lives? And he's like, yeah. He's like, I wasn't gonna miss the series finale. And he was like so like amped about it. He's like, there was a storm coming and you guys all went in the cellar and then a big tree fell on the cellar. Nothing happened to me. And if I would have went down there, we all would have died. So Buffy saved our lives. And it's
I think I have seen that video
It's
actually.
so
It's a really weird thing. I think I'm pretty sure I've seen it.
Sorry, I had to. That's
But
used to talk
I
about
remember
Taylor Swift
thinking
every
this like that.
then.
I like around the end of Wheel of Time, I can remember thinking, as long as I live to see the final book of Wheel of Time, I'll be happy. So I think when you get invested in these series, especially for like things that span decades, you do get like as long as I see how it finishes, that'll be okay.
I need to watch that show. I bought
You've not seen
Angel.
Buffy.
No, like in concurrency with Angel, and watch it like
You don't need to watch it concurrently.
It-
I do.
You can start watching Angel after season 3 of Buffy. So that's when he leaves and she's in college and
Molly
No,
the
but
couple that
even-
go together.
Yeah,
it
even if you
depends.
end up
Go
watching all of
together.
like one,
Yeah.
it's not that big a deal. They
Yeah,
don't
no,
tie
if
that
you-
innately.
that you want to, they're not like he makes an appearance, she makes an appearance, but then like after season 4 of Buffy, like it doesn't matter. Like see, after season 1 of Angel and season 4 of Buffy, you could just like binge.
yeah.
basic.
Like
pretty
I
much.
think you could. I think you could easily just start on Angel and go all the way through it and not.
I've
really
never
miss
watched
much.
Angel, so
You gotta-
that's,
it's
I think
good.
Angel's the better one, personally.
Most guys, I've talked about this. Most guys actually do prefer Angel over Buffy. They still like Buffy, but it's like you've seen. I don't know what season are you on in Buffy, or you don't know right now. Like, is she still in high school? Xray.
I've watched some episodes here and there back.
So
in, like,
you're
the-
not
So you've never watched consistently
it all the way through. Okay, well, so
No.
It's because for me, out of all the series, my favorite thing is the Wolfram and Hart arc.
it's a good arc.
I love
yeah.
the Wolfram and Hart arc from.
You see all the
basically
guys in the
start
chat are
to
saying
finish
Angel is
with
better.
Angel.
It's most guys think that because it's like
And
with Buffy, it's
there's
a lot of
special-
the
there's a whole
girly
scene
like
where
high
he's like-
school stuff, and I get it.
There's a whole scene with Angel where he's like, if I want to fight this dark thing, I have to go and become as dark as they are. And that's just cool.
It is.
That is just
It
that
is.
entire thing is just yes. To beat you, I have to become you, but I'm still gonna kick your ass.
Yeah, and it's like a very
there's just
dark
something about
detective
that,
type
like,
thing,
innately.
too, because he's like he's a vampire, and like what Disparu just said, and there's detective aspects to it, like the whole thing. It's like a really just like dark, cool detective show. It's great.
Yeah, 'cause
The final
you've
season.
got the people.
mm,
People are like, "Oh, have you become Angelus?" And he's like, "No, I've just become dark." It's like, "What?
Oh, that's happened.
what if
Because
you
with
do become
Cordelia,
Angelus?" And
because
it's like,
Cordelia's
so,
there, and she's like, "You're bad again." And he's like, "No." Like, she's like ready. There's like a couple episodes where
Yeah.
she's like ready to take him out.
and then you get into the arc, and then Spike comes back, and Spike just makes the entire
Oh,
show better.
Spike.
So, like, literally everything,
vampire.
everything about those episodes. Like, I remember there's one where it's not a big spoiler. It's just for this one episode. But there's one where they have a necromancer, and they're like, "Yeah, but the necromancer is evil."
Mm-hmm.
But if the necromancer doesn't do his thing, then more evil things happen. And I like the whole interaction between you can do something that's bad that prevents something that's worse. Now, that is how you do the whole moral ambiguity kind of angle. And Hollywood can't do that because they just like evil. And so they will push evil as good. Whereas what Angel did is like, you could do something bad that still prevents something worse happening. And that's but you could still be good doing it. You can accept something bad if it prevents the apocalypse, for instance.
Yeah.
You
You save the
Modern
world.
Hollywood doesn't get that. They just support
No.
evil, pure
Mhm.
evil.
Mhm.
There
There's
is
the
no
layers,
heroes.
like that's why I always say it. And I talked about this when I met James Marsters briefly. That I told him he's my favorite. Spike is my favorite vampire in cinematic history. And a lot of people be like, "What do you mean? What about Blade? What about this or that?" And I'm like, just watch Buffy and watch Angel and watch the character development. It's insane what they do with Spike. He goes from I don't want to ruin anything for Xray, but it's his
Spike has
character
my favorite
development.
line. It's just, "Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't care." Like, that's amazing. It's Spike
love
through and
the
through.
one
We're
where
having a
he goes-
meeting here. "Oh, I'm sorry.
I
I
didn't.
didn't care."
Yeah, he's great. He's great. I don't want to like ruin anything for Xray because I'm like actually jealous that she gets to experience this all for the first time. I've
I felt the
I've
same with
watched
Doctor
this
Who.
because I've watched Buffy. I lost count. I've watched it so many times. Season 2 is my favorite season. And that doesn't mean any of the other seasons are worse. That season is just, there's so much at stake. So much happens. That's the one I got back there. It's the DVD collection. Oh God, so good. But yeah, Spike coming in did save it. James Marsters was just, and we also talked about the writing.
Yeah, it
I
ends.
missed it.
I still don't like the ending of that series, but
No, and then here, Buffy season 1, watched a few months ago, was shocked at the level of quality, writing, and creativity. Yeah, so I actually talked about that with James Marsters too. They were all new writers, and they were hungry, to prove themselves, and they actually cared, and that's something extremely rare in Hollywood now. That's why the writing was just so.
It was an interesting time
Buffy.
because I didn't have the internet at that time, so I could only grab what I caught live on television, and you've still got like my parents and stuff watching TV at the time, so I missed some of the stuff. So I watched Buffy, then I kind of missed a lot of Angel. Then later on, I got like the DVDs. I managed to piece together bits of series, and then eventually watch it all back to back. And so you're probably in a better position now to watch it because you can actually watch it as it was intended. Rather than back then, you would miss episodes, you would miss pieces, and you'd come back and you'd forget bits of what happened before, or it was a rough time of watching TV, really.
Yeah, that's true. It was
was
on like
Anya
Fridays or Thursdays or something. I don't remember.
She
I was
like,
young when it was out, so like I only seen parts. Like you said, I only seen
I
bits
think
and
she was the one that
pieces
said,
when it was
I'm playing
first aired.
Shiver Me Timbers. And they were like, no, you don't want to play Shiver Me Timbers. It's like, oh, no, it's amazing. I don't know what it is. It's like, you can't play Shiver Me Timbers.
Oh, I liked her character. Yeah. I'm just looking at who she is.
Justin Martin, thank you for the
Forgot
5.
someone.
Always thought Sydney would be a good power girl, be a good litmus test if that were still allowed these days.
A power girl?
Power Girl's she's the one she's got like the white suit, right? With some like
That's
I
a
don't know.
character.
A
Okay.
character, yeah. I don't know about the character. I just couldn't like picture her a little bit.
I could. Well, her boobs would fill out her outfit well. I'm not sure about the haircut though.
Look
I
up
don't want
Black
to see her
Canary
short.
though. Tell me she wouldn't be a good Black Canary.
No, I think she'd be a good Black
she'd be
Canary.
great. I know you guys know what she looks like. She would definitely. I think so far, Katie Lotes, she wasn't like voluptuous or anything. Katie Lotes is very tiny, like athletic. But I thought she played the best Black Canary on screen so far, like live action. Sydney Sweeney, I'd have to see. I know she would look the part really well. That's all I know. I don't know acting. I'd have to see, but I
want to
think she'd
see
do all
her
right.
do more action stuff. That's like the real test for me because, Scarlett Johansson, she is so good being like the femme fatale. Even,
Oh yeah.
Was it Jessica Biel? She does action really well too. She is very
Yeah.
athletic. So just because you have good acting doesn't mean you're going to be good in an action movie. Look at Zendaya. Like, I'm sorry, she's not going to do a fight.
She's not a good
where
Mary
it's
Jane
believable.
either. Like it's not.
I don't think she's a good anything. I
Well,
think
that's
she's
true.
literally... Hollywood picks on people that they want to
Very
choose
true.
to be successful, and they just
Yeah.
make them successful.
I just you
Um,
need to be able to
similar to
fight
Hollywood.
and look believable. Like what?
Well, it's I feel the same about Timothy Chalamet as well. I have no idea why he's supposedly the
Famous.
next big thing for everything. He's just a really effeminate bloke, which is shoved into a load of things. It's like, well, Hollywood really likes effeminate blokes now. It's like, yeah, but is that what we're really going to be?
Thing. That's
He
what
is
it's
a
going with.
tween.
They're-
I don't
He's
like
the
it.
replacement for
I don't
Ezra
either.
Miller. That's how I see him.
Yeah, that's true.
To be fair, he's more masculine than Ezra.
I don't think he is.
probably-
I
don't
think he's
know.
more effeminate than Ezra Miller, actually.
So
I think
he's a
Ezra
worm.
Miller, from like a physical perspective, like facially, I think Ezra Miller
Okay,
is more
physically
masculine.
maybe, but I don't know. Just with the way they act, I feel like Timothy is more.
I had a whole Twitter spat with Mike about this, and it was like, he's really effeminate, and he's like, oh, we must have been seeing different movies. I'm like, no, he is effeminate.
Like he
I've
is,
not even
not
seen
the
Dune.
character.
I don't care how he acted in
but
Dune.
Who he is
As a person, he's effeminate.
Yeah, the
for-
femboy thing is it's a big like Hollywood's going where they're trying to make women look more masculine and dumpy, right? Like what they did with Madam Web, even like really pretty
Uh-huh.
girls trying to dim them down, and then they're making men more feminine. And it's like,
Which is the only reason why Sweeney
yeah,
has
he's with
taken off.
Kylie.
Sweeney has taken off literally because she's the only person so far that's been allowed to actually be feminine in Hollywood. And she
That's
is
why
the one
she's
who's
gonna
like,
probably
no,
get a lot of roles.
I just want you to look at my tits. Like, that's literally
Look.
the only thing. She's like, hey, look at them. They're here. And nobody else in Hollywood is allowed to do it. And so people have just latched onto her, which is why she's got really gotten taken over. But with anyone else, it's like, there's nothing particularly special about her. Yeah, no, it was really weird. He's like, I must have seen a different movie. And I think I
You
literally
didn't
said,
catch it. It went over his head.
you need to read what I say rather than assuming what I've said.
Disparu and Mike got into a massive handbag fight.
Mike kicked off, but no, it was the one before. You were on about my favorite show. My issue is, like, off the cuff, I can't really remember what's happened this year, and I don't know when the thing was released. So far, my favorite thing this year would have been Jujutsu Kaisen, but that's when I watched it, not when it released, so I don't know. But I watched Jujutsu Kaisen, season 1 and 2, and they were great.
I heard good things
Also,
about them.
also 86. 86 is amazing.
It's a clutch. Sorry.
Shush
Okay.
you guys.
Jason Webster looking for the 5. Question for Xray, Wick, and Disparu. So far, what is your favorite streaming or TV series release of 2024?
Yeah, Jujutsu Kaisen. I watched season 1 and 2. 86 is amazing. House of Ninjas, I've been watching. It's pretty good for live action. It's not as good as the 2 animes that I've mentioned.
The Challenge.
I didn't watch it.
It's a
I'm gonna have to
reality
go.
TV
I can't
show.
really think of like what was released this year. I don't watch a whole lot. I'm gonna have to go with. It's not finished yet, but I'm like Invincible's all right so far. They got a few episodes in.
I need to watch Shogun and Gentleman
Oh,
still.
Shogun! I need to watch that. I don't have the streaming
Yeah.
service. for
When
it,
was
though.
that? Was it called The Devil's Game? Was that this year or last year?
Last year.
Oh, okay.
That was the Korean one, right?
Yeah, if
We
you
watched
like
it, yeah.
if you like reality TV, watch The Devil's Game. It's
It is
amazing.
very like it's a mind f. Like I have to think
It's
so hard.
highbrow. It's definitely highbrow reality television.
Like and
Um,
I like that they're very sweet, even though they're playing a social and mental game too.
Yeah, but I
So.
get the feeling this is why I came to the conclusion that Korean culture is just better. Because
they're
they had things
respectful?
like how polite and respectful they were. There's a different way of talking to people who were older than you. There's even a bit in the show, right, where they were talking to somebody. It's like, yeah, but you're really informal. He's like, what do you mean? He's like, well, you're younger than me and you're talking to me like that. He's like, oh, sorry.
Oh, I just found out
I
your
didn't know
age.
you were older than me.
Whoopsies.
And he's like, no, there would have been an entirely different way of talking to someone if you realize they were that older than you. But this is a
As
kind of
it
show
should
where
be.
the rules of the games take like 10 or 15 minutes to explain. They are that complicated, like genuinely. And they're difficult to keep on, and there's a lot of depth to them, and you don't get that in any other kind of reality TV show.
Yeah.
It's probably the best reality TV show I've seen.
And like the social aspect of the game too, there is a little bit, but there's none of this like super backstabby, except for one point. There was one backstab that was a bit like
I think there's a lot of backstabs.
but it wasn't like you effing bish.
No, it was logical backstabbing.
Yeah, logical.
It wasn't, I
backstab.
hate you, so I'm doing this. It's like, I'm doing this because it
To
will make
better
me
my
be the
game.
best person. Yeah.
Mhm.
It
So-
was an entirely different way of doing it.
The motivations were very different compared to at least American reality television shows. So
Which is really dumb.
Julio Scissors just became a new member. Thank you. Welcome to the
Yay.
Potato Squad. And Jason with another 5. Thank you. If you like horror, I highly recommend K-dramas. Jinsung
Jinsung?
Creature. I was close. I was actually close. And Death's Game. Just real quickly. Every time you hear
think,
K-drama, he's like,
this brew in
what?
like a couple years is going to actually know
Jeongseon
how to
Creature was a
speak
good show. That's all I
Korean.
saw.
But you watch Korean shows with the dubbed, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't like subtitles because I watch them at faster speed, and you can't read at faster speed, but you can hear it at faster speed.
Mm-hmm. And you do miss the facial expression sometimes. When
Yeah,
you-
I look. I don't want to read a TV show, like for any reason.
I can't be tired and watch a Korean show. That's all I can
Yeah,
say.
it's
It-
too
like,
much, right?
There's plenty of Netflix shows that I want to watch, but because they're not dubbed, I won't, because I don't want to read a TV show. I don't want to stare at like the tiny bottom part of the screen and miss everything that's going on the screen because I'm too busy reading the text. It's a horrible way of watching them. It's the same for anime and everything else.
Yeah,
Dubbing
I
is the least
agree.
you should expect. And this is one of the reasons I'm happy for AI, because if you could just give me a show and I could run it through an AI filter and it could auto dub it for me, that'd be fine. Like, I don't need high quality VA. I just want it in my language.
Oh
Yeah.
my God. Can I share? Well, read that super chat. I'm going to share something with you
Sasha,
guys
thank
after.
you for the Canadian 10. Hollywood humanizes the villains the same way they humanize criminals IRL. They aren't bad, they're just misunderstood. Here's a story of why the Wicked Witch is justified in being a CU next Tuesday. Yeah.
Yes, they don't see humans as innately evil, which is my view of things. They see it as they're naturally good, but society made them that way. And so because society made them that way, they're not responsible for their actions. It's like the woman we shadowed at the start of the series. The start of the stream.
Live stream.
She's not responsible for her actions. Other people made her do it. It's like, no,
Yeah.
you're responsible for your own life. You made your own choices, and your actions are your own. Nobody else is to blame for that.
But that's everything that maybe since #MeToo, and you just take advantage of.
I don't care about a load of people grifting for money. If you're not forced, like force is different, but
No,
that is
absolutely.
obvious. Like if somebody goes, well, they held a gun to my head, what do you expect me to do? That would be an entirely different story. But that is not what these things are. And especially now in modern times, we've gone from, at least this was in the court system, right? So at least it went through that kind of system. Whereas a lot of other things are sort of done on social media and just been like
cancel
the court of
culture
public
and all.
appearance. Like, oh, well, I just said a load of stuff. I've got no evidence for it, but make up your own mind. And people lose their careers over it. So
that's
at
why I
least this
say-
went through a legal system.
#MeToo really started it, and then people just took advantage of it, and then it's been shown that this works, so why not do it to your own advantage? Said the girls who probably are doing it, and then they're the one that thinks they're morally correct because that's how society has deemed them. Unfortunately, I wish it wasn't that way, but it is what we have to deal with currently.
I mean, I have a very simple. Over my life, I've made up various different rules. There was a post I made up I posted recently about filters, and about how having filters in your life is good because it filters out people you don't want in your life, and it allows people in your life that you actually want. So one of the ones was generalizations. Like, if people can't understand that when you generalize about something, you don't mean everybody, you're just talking in general, then you filter out gotcha people who are only there to try and catch you out on something, and you also filter out people who can't they can't come up with abstract concepts, they can't understand those things, and so those people are so low IQ you don't want to be interfacing with them in the first place. But it also comes to this kind of thing, the whole believe all women stuff. It's like, no, you shouldn't believe people just off nothing. You should actually ask for evidence. You should go off reality, not what somebody accuses you of.
You should ask
and that's my
questions.
thing with everything.
Like a normal person should, but that's not something that happens.
The least that should happen is somebody should go to the police, they should file a report, and there should be a court case. Like, if something serious has happened to you, those are the first 3 things you should do. That's what I recommend to anybody. If this has happened to anybody, you should go to the police, you should report it, and you should provide all the evidence you can, because you deserve justice. If you don't do those things, well, what do you expect to happen? Do you expect anyone to believe you? Because if it was that serious, you'd go to the police about it. So, I'm not a believe anybody person. I'm a believe what you can prove person. I don't
You're
really care about
logical.
people's feelings. I care about reality.
You're logical.
Care about the
Yeah,
facts.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
That's how it should be. Because right now it's supposed to be innocent until proven guilty in cases, right? But it seems like you're guilty until proven innocent is what we're going with now. Like these days,
it's like I don't care whether somebody's offended by something. I care whether it's true. So
yeah, I
it's like-
actually. Oh, he's saying I don't believe all women. But that I actually had someone I was really close with for years, like best friends. And then when that court case with the judge and that lady, you know, the doctor, you guys know what I'm talking about, where she like it definitely seemed like it was very set up, like she was paid off, said that he like did stuff to her in high school. The judge, gosh, someone in the chat, well no, I forgot the name. This was a few years ago.
I could give more specific examples that I knew the
but
details
I'm just saying
of.
with that, I had friends that were like, oh, just because she's a woman believer. I'm like, but this seems very sketchy, and the timing, like during the election, and he's on Trump, you know what I mean? It was all that, and I was like questioning it, and I didn't even say like, hey, she's wrong. I just questioned it a little bit and didn't go right to she's a woman, so I believe her, and like we're not friends anymore because of it. She just completely stopped talking to me, and I'm like, okay.
Yeah, but those,
are the type of
again,
people you
that's
don't
a
want to be
filter.
friends with.
That is a filter of people that you do not want in your life.
Exactly. That's how I look
Because
at it.
they
I'm
would
like,
believe
yeah,
the same
thank
thing
you,
about
thank
you for
thank
absolutely no reason whatsoever.
Judge Kavanaugh.
Well, yeah, but you've also got like Johnny Depp, or if you want the YouTube sphere, there was Angry Joe got accused by a woman who, if you just read her like actual stuff, there was nothing wrong, even in what she accused him of. And Az has mentioned this multiple times, and this was before I made videos. I remember watching his video. I remember going through that thing itself. There was nothing that she accused him of that was wrong. And yet she put it out there as if there was something horrible. There was one recently about some Minecraft YouTuber who apparently tickled a woman. And like, she was kissing him and stuff. And then yet she decided, no. After the fact, I didn't want any of that to happen, but she was okay with it at the time. And now loads of people have come to his defense. And it is literally, if you think there's something wrong, go to the police. If you think there's something illegal, go to the police. You deserve your day in court. And so do they. The man deserves his day in court as well. But
Aziz
it's like,
Ansari, too chilly.
when we
right?
know nothing's happened, we're just going to go to Twitter about it.
Yeah.
It's farcical. And
Yeah,
I have the same policy for everybody. If anyone thinks anything criminal has happened, go to the police. Because that's what you should do.
There you go.
What is happening? I'm agreeing with this brew today because he's spitting facts.
Spitting
That's
facts.
why he's being logical, not emotional. He's not usually emotional, but I'm just saying. Unless he's had the progressive.
Unless
whiskey,
it's over
then-
boobs.
Unless
Well,
boobs
can I
are-
bring
oh,
boobs
Lofty
back?
Beardo.
Boobs are
Yes.
not overrated. They are not. Arses are overrated.
Wow. So
Lofty- look at the profile picture.
I mean, hi, Lofty Beardo.
Hi.
I just saw this on Twitter and I wanted to share it. They
I
invented
love
new terms for
Jay
being
Longbone's
straight.
Twitter, by the way. She posts the
She's
best
hilarious.
stuff.
So, brush fetishism as a paraphilia, breast fetishism, also known as mastofact, breast partialism, or masophilia, is a sexual interest that focuses exclusively on the female breasts.
You could basically just change this to
straight.
being a man.
But
Yeah.
terms for being straight.
Mhm.
I love it. Just to bring some levity to this conversation. So, yeah. Being a toxic male is breast fetishism. Say that 5 times is really difficult.
I'm not even gonna try it. Maybe if he had more of that whiskey. Dave Chandler, thank you for the 10. A big reason Asian content is outpacing the West is because the shows are allowed to play out according to Asian culture. Practically everything in Western media is loaded with SJW DEI nonsense.
Absolutely.
Yes, absolutely.
I agree, but I think it's because their culture is more traditional than ours. If you went, yes, I know it. Yes, if you went back 20 years with
got a
ours, we would
fetishism
be more
mark.
in line.
She's like, what?
But they're
Wait,
also
what?
falling down the same path we
They
are.
are.
And you
Look
can
at
see
the
that with
Korean
cam culture.
women. Oh my God. They're not- they're not-
Korea actually at the moment is going through a whole there's a whole birth thing that they're happening, but that is because feminism is literally entering Korea.
It's entering, like, it's going bad.
Yes, yeah, but that's going to happen. It's like literally the most evil ideology that's ever existed on the face of the planet. It has killed more people than any other ideology on the face of the planet. You can look at the abortion statistics; it's just a fact at this point. Every single year. And so anywhere that goes, it will have the same impact. It will have the same effect.
So we're going to see them, I think, probably 10 years behind us, maybe 15 years. Depends how fast it encroaches, but it's not infected the media 100%, maybe a little bit, but it's just gonna keep spreading.
It has
and spreading.
impacted their birth rates, though. And I think that's more important
Yeah,
than anything
and the
else.
next generation is probably going to grow up with those and then be the next to take it to the next
Well,
level. Kind
this
of
was
like
the
our
thing.
Gen Zs.
I was talking to someone about DI when it with regards to Capcom, and they're like, yeah, but they're not discriminating in the same way we are. It's like, no, but they're discriminating against Japanese people. It was specifically saying we need to hire women and non-Japanese people. It's like, yeah, but people liked the Capcom games, the Capcom IPs, because they were made by Japanese people. It was made for Japanese culture. And so if you hire like Western people into Capcom, you're no longer going to be able to make those same games at those same quality because people like them specifically because they were Japanese. And so it doesn't really matter where it happens in the world, it has the same impact. People like things because they're particular to where they're created.
Instant Defense, thank you for the 5. Red, White, and Blue, IFC Midnight. Look it up. I'm scared. Disparu,
The
you
last
do it.
thing I looked up really
I know,
scared
that's
me,
why I'm
so-
like, it was very scary. Thank you for the 5. Disparu's probably already looked. I don't know. I didn't hear the clicking, so I don't know. He's usually quick with the clicking. Ian, here, read this one. Disparu. I want to hear him say this
Ian
word.
so forth for £50. That's proper money. You might as well put breast partialism on every male passport. It's
I just wanted to
I'm a
hear-
breast. Yeah,
I just wanted to hear him say breast partialism. I thought that'd be
warn the
funny.
rest of the world that we are coming
Thank
for
you,
your
Ian.
women, and we will win.
Passport bros.
Passport bros.
That's my favorite thing. I saw recently there was an American TikToks of women going, "Well, if all these guys are leaving for foreign
Oh,
countries to
no.
get
What is
wives,
it?
then we're gonna do it for husbands as well." It's like, do you really think that you're gonna go to like Korea or Japan and the men are gonna take you? Do you know anything about those countries at all?
I have seen 90 Day Fiance, and it happened for one girl. Not really. She had a fetish.
I
for
get the
Asian
feeling that
culture,
90
though.
Day Fiance is set in America or Canada.
It's America because they have
Yeah,
this.
so it's not set in Korea or Japan.
But they go. Some of these people go. Like this one girl, she found a guy, I think from China, and this was during.
Yeah, but he
COVID.
wasn't in China.
No, he was. They met online, and yeah. Let me see if I can pull.
Yeah,
up
but
the
it wasn't
picture.
filmed in the country.
Both. It was both filmed in America and in China.
Oh.
Yeah. Asian guy.
Because it's more the restrictions. Like I've heard that if you're in like South Korea as like an American and you go over to South Korea and you'll say you see a woman at a bar that you're interested in, if you go over there, the guys will actually surround her and like protect her.
Really?
It's like, no, you don't want to. You shouldn't get with her. Yeah, it's not like they're not going to start punching you or anything, but there's like a social thing about that we need to protect our own women from Americans.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Well, isms there. This is the couple. I don't think they actually ever met in person, but yeah,
I mean, she's punching above her weight.
absolutely. Absolutely.
Sorry,
This
he's
guy's my
he-
favorite. No neckhead.
He,
And, oh, God.
he should have stayed in China. Like, seriously. What was she even doing on there? It's like, how many people she can eat in 90 days? I mean,
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Oh no, Justin Martins for 5. Thank you. Breast fetishism, i.e., duh. It's
Look,
true, like that one.
look, I'm a 90s kid.
Oh,
It's
you
like,
know, I was gonna
I
say
come
that,
from
Ian.
coupling. Well, it's true. I mean, she has to reach
I was
pretty
thinking
high.
the same thing, but I'm like,
Um,
he's
She's a big girl.
I get
Yeah.
what he's saying. So. Yeah,
My favorite thing is going back and watching coupling because it was from the time I grew
my
up.
cheeks hurt.
And in coupling, there's a whole character who's based around I just want a really small arse. And it's like I feel like my arse is always eating; it's constantly growing. And then you go into modern world, it's like I want a fattest arse as possible. Please, just give me the fattest arse I can possibly manage on the face of the earth. Like how times have changed, how far we have sunk
It was Kim
from
Kardashian
what God intended.
that I think the booty became a asset we actually like mainstream wanted.
Yeah,
Because
no,
it was all about the boobs for the longest
Yes.
time.
as God intended.
I'll say
But-
Disparu's a boob man, I guess. He's a...
well, no, this is my entire point. It's not so much like what I'm for. It is that people are like, well, you can't control what people are attracted to. It's like, no, in my lifetime, I have seen what society is attracted to change. I have seen it change from boobs to arse. I have seen small arses be the best thing, and now big, massive, fat arses that you could literally rest a pint on be what everybody wants and what
I
they work
think
out for.
like if a girl works out and it's like a tone one, that's probably, or a guy too.
Well,
But, like, the
obviously
Kim
it has to be
Kardashian-
toned, otherwise it's
Oh
just a
yeah,
fat
Well,
arse.
no,
I
have
like
you
a good
seen-
booty.
like,
Yeah, but you wouldn't have done 25 years ago when culture was different. This
and
month,
they wanted the
like,
flat butts.
culture literally changed, and it only changed because of the media. And people are like, no, you can't control what people like. It's like, no, you can, because I've seen it happen. And it's so weird to me that I seem to be the only one who noticed. It's like, yeah, but I can point to coupling and say how it's changed. And no one else remembers, but I have proof.
There's pictures, isn't there? Sorry, everyone's talking about Kim Kardashian. Like, isn't there pictures of her like in swimsuits that like aren't touched up or anything? And she's got like the cottage cheese butt, and it's like, you paid for that. Why does it look like that?
Well, the reason why it
It
looks like
settles
that is because she
different
has
all the
fat
time.
injected from other parts of her body
Yeah,
into
it
her
doesn't
arse.
fill in like smooth.
It's not like a breast.
You'll
it's
still
not
have
like a breast
cellulite because
implant.
it's
Yeah.
like cellulite is fat. If it's not muscle, it's fat. If it's
Okay.
it's fat, it's cellulite.
It's
Okay.
the same thing with when you get the liposuction. It's not an even removal of the fat too, so you can have lumpy
No,
parts.
people always
as
liked
well.
asses, but I'm saying that I can literally point to a TV show which prompted the 90s in England, and what they wanted in the 90s in England is entirely different than what they want now, and the media changed that.
It's always been that way though. Like even if
No,
you go,
the media changed what people liked. People did not always like fat asses.
but it's
I
the
can
same thing
prove
with
it.
fashion though. I know I'm not disbelieving you. I'm just saying that these are just changes that we've seen even with fashion, with makeup and hair.
You're Canadian, right? I'm surprised you can remember a time when doctors didn't murder people.
Well, that happens
not
everywhere.
you.
So
He's talking to Mark.
but
Yes, to Mark. That was a reply to Mark.
That was for Mark.
A comment
Small
popped
butt
up on the
area.
screen, so I replied to it.
But I don't know. It's just it's the same thing that I would consider fashion, and fashion changes throughout
An
the years.
arse is not fashion.
It
And
kinda
also,
is at this
your attraction
point.
to physical bodies should not be a fashion. Like, that should be, I think most people would assume that your attraction to people is biological, it's like genetic, but it's
I
not.
know, but
The
the
media
thing, like,
controls your attraction to people.
so lip injections, for example, having
Lip injections make people look older.
No, absolutely.
They're
But
horrific.
there is a thing where people who have
I've
plumper
never
lips.
met a man who wants lip injections,
No,
actually.
I'm not saying a man that wants lip injections, but
Well, they're the
that
only
w-
people you're doing it for.
You're not even letting me explain.
Well, you brought up lip injections.
No,
They're the most horrific thing women have done
make
to
an
themselves.
explanation here. God, Disparu.
They're the most horrific thing you can do to yourself.
No,
Like, wow,
it's
if you do this
not
most
fighting.
horrific thing.
Youth is collagen. Collagen is in your lips. As you get older, you do lose collagen in your lips and it gets thinner. So people do that to look more youthful. Does it work? No, it doesn't. All absolutely.
Because you should
There
be putting
is-
the fat into your cheeks, because that's where you lose the fat. You don't lose it in your lips, you lose it in your cheeks. But they suck the fat out of your cheeks for some unknown reason that nobody knows.
that's a trend. But in any
Yes,
case,
and the trend is trying to make
Which
people
is
like
fashion!
it. The same thing as fat asses.
It's like
For some
fashion!
reason, people
Oh my
decided to
God,
like
that's
when nobody
real!
liked it in the 90s, and I can prove it because it's in the coupling.
because it's like fashion.
It's
Things
not.
change.
Your arse is not fashion.
At this rate, it is. You buy it,
It
you
isn't.
make it happen.
No.
I'm just like the
No.
same thing with makeup.
Small
Same thing
arses.
with any
Your
surgery with
small
your
arse.
face. Same thing with Botox. It's not like I like it.
Stop
but it's the
injecting
way it
paralytics from
happens.
animals into your face.
Anyways, I love this. It's like
You know what the most
Kylar in
the most
here.
attractive thing women can do is it's like, this is the only expression I have on my face. I'm really excited and happy now, but you'll never realize I've paid $2,000 for this. No, that's not attractive. Shut the fuck up.
Oh my god. I'm not saying do it. I hate the whole surgical.
Stop paralyzing your face.
But it's a trend. It's going to change. And people have taken their surgical implants out because
Yes, women have decided that all the surgeries they need are every single thing that no man wants. They all
yeah,
look
the
like
buccal fat is-
Californians.
I don't
It's like,
know
I
that
want to
new
look like the
look.
most
I
evil
don't get
people
it.
in the world. Congratulations.
It's like the stand-up, the Robin Williams stand-up is hilarious. This was back in like 2000, and he was talking about like women stop getting injections. She's like, you don't have any wrinkles. You're beautiful. It's like you also have no expression. I can't do it without laughing.
Yeah.
He did it. He's like, you also have no expression.
I'm really attractive. This is what men want. I'm looking to marry a millionaire who looks like the amount of women I see go
Hold
on
let me
these
see if
streams
I
are
can
like,
find it real quick.
I want a man who earns at least £5 million a year. Well, what are you going to bring to I am the table? It's like, oh my god, I stand more of a chance with him than you do.
Disparu and his lesbian haircut.
Don't even need a lesbian haircut. You just need a personality.
That's true.
A personality and a face that moves.
Yeah.
Like, men have low standards, and somehow you manage to have surgical procedures that lower you beneath them. It's incredible, actually.
And the
I don't
crazy
think I was
part is
able to
they
find
think
it.
that they look better, but to each their own, I suppose.
I don't get the
No,
ABC
not to each
brought
their
up the
own.
buccal
No, there is
fat
an objective
removal. I
standard of
don't
beauty which is
get it.
correct. There is an objective standard of beauty which is correct, and you can either meet it or you can be worse.
What is happening in our chat?
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't have the chat up.
Getting yelled at by everybody in the chat.
Oh my god. No, this is
I
my
don't care
first,
whether I'm yelled at. I care if I'm correct.
this is my first internet fight and I'm laughing. I love it. If you want to even call it that.
That's because you're defending people that have surgeries to make them more ugly.
I'm not
It's like,
defending
at
it.
least it's not me.
I'm just saying it is a fashion trend. I'm not defending it whatsoever. I can understand the reasons behind it, not want it at all either.
But
I'm not
fashion
defending
is
it.
subjective and beauty isn't.
Okay, we can go with that. I can agree with that.
Like, beauty is genetic. It's about genetic compatibility.
It makes me think of that. I don't know if this was real, but that Korean girl that had the plastic surgery and her husband and her had a child that was like really not looking like her. So he thought she cheated on him, but it was actually because she had a bunch of surgery.
There was a woman that
Damn.
stabbed. There was a woman that stabbed her husband because she found photographs on his phone that turned out to be her when she was slimmer,
Oh,
and she killed the guy.
oh
But it was
no!
her, the photos he had was of her when she had less weight
How did she not even realize that was herself? What a
because she
dum-dum.
was a massive munter. That's basically why.
Wow.
But when you get down to like Korean women, it's really interesting if you look at like the statistics of who's interested
There,
in
I
who.
found it. I'm sorry.
And
I found
it is just like if you're Korean on a dating app, you're gonna do well. You don't need any of this stuff. Just be you. People like you anyway.
Hopefully, I don't get in trouble for this, but here it is. This is my. I love the
You
pod.
will
My
get in
favorite
trouble for this if it's
stand-up.
more than a
You
few
will get in
seconds at a
trouble,
time.
yeah.
Yes, 100%.
Really? What if I
Yeah.
mute it?
Yeah,
No, you still
It doesn't
will.
matter if you mute it. You
It's
can't.
a visual as well.
You
I already
can't
got
go
clips
around
for it,
playing like
probably.
copyrighted material for more
No,
than a
you
few
can
seconds.
you can have a picture up. You just can't play it for like more than 2 seconds.
Well, here we'll just show
Well,
it.
it's like, there's a
Yeah, it's
reason why
fine.
in all my videos I only do like 4-second clips.
Okay. Sorry, is that
Pause.
that's him?
Okay.
It's like when you go up Madison Avenue and he's like, you don't have any
Yeah.
wrinkles. You can't
Well,
express any
that's
fear,
how I-
but you're beautiful. Like,
When we've had conversations before about like women's hair and like whether it should up or down, when women do like, because they don't just do a normal like pigtail, they will
That was
literally
it.
stretch their scalp as much as possible and stretch all their skin back so they look like tats going, my car, I'm
Yeah.
gonna die.
There's
And
those,
that is what they always look like.
there's those Asian makeup gurus, or like especially when it's like a guy who does it, they can transform their faces like no other with makeup, probably surgery. Eyelid surgery really does make a difference on some Asians. But the one that kills me is the one where they pull their necks back and they clip it or something, or they tape it. I've never seen any other culture do it except for like I don't know which Asians, but maybe like Chinese and Korean.
The weird thing about Asian culture is that they have surgery to look more Western when Western people like them how they are. Western people like no Western guy cares if you've got hooded eyelids. No Western person, because I've seen them where they have they like break these bones, and they like slim their faces to look more Western, and it's like Western people like the opposite. And you can look at anything with regards to this. Literally every single person in the West, every demographic prefers the way that Asians look. That's just what they select for.
Okay. I Googled top Korean surgeries around
Ian,
the world.
I have always said this. Like, the coupling is my large example of
Thank you for
I
the
remember
round,
this
Ian.
point in history, and nobody else does.
This
like-
makes so much sense.
Next week. So I watched Game
Nobody else
He probably
remembers
will.
the
He
coupling
will.
point in history. I feel like I'm going insane, except I can point to this show and go, no, everybody in the 90s wanted a small arse, and then suddenly something changed. I
Kim
Kim
literally
Kardashian,
feel like I'm
telling
doing
you.
the Star Wars.
It was Kim.
and somehow he returned.
So in Korea,
Somehow
the
the arse returned.
most popular surgeries are rhinoplasty, liposuction, and blepharoplasty, which is the eyelid surgery. So I guess cheeks
I've
might be
literally
next.
never met a single man in the West that cares about your eyelids. It's the same with
Uh,
eyebrows. Women's go, I spend so much time on my eyebrows. No, not a single man has ever cared about your eyebrows.
You say that until there's a unibrow.
Yeah, do you want
A
a
unibrow is different than I specifically said eyebrows. You should at least
When-
you
when
should
they're-
have
when they're
two.
two
I agree.
things,
You should have
If you
two
one, then
eyebrows.
there's a problem.
There was a plural in there. But apart from that, like there are people that literally shave them off and get them tattooed on. And it's like I have been asked.
I've seen it.
I was literally asked by a girl in college, "Do you pluck your eyebrows?" And my only response was, "Why?" And I still don't know. I still don't know why anyone would pluck their eyebrows. I haven't come up with a reason.
Because they get bushy.
Yeah, keep them clean them
I
up.
don't even know what bushy eyebrows are supposed
What
to
is
look
that- what
like.
is the
You're
guy
blonde,
most
just
guys
for
that-
you should know.
I'm not blonde. I'm clearly not blonde.
I'm
Look,
kidding. It was a joke. It was a
there's
joke.
nothing about me
Gonna set
that
him
looks
off
blonde.
again. John Thomas, thank you for the 5. Wrong. Renaissance plump women were in fashion. Disparu, what did you do to your hair? I looked down for a second and now you got an emo thing going on.
Because I called him
I
blonde.
can read. I don't think they do
can see
change
through the
organically.
hairs.
I think the media has more power than people give it credit for. Because, like I say, I remember it happening. It literally happened in the 90s. You can go and watch Coupling. Go and watch it. There's an entire character based around her arse growing and she doesn't like it.
I mean, I know what you're talking about, and I
No,
agree
you don't,
with
because
both
you've
of
not
you.
watched Coupling.
Well, not coupling, but no, I remember like think of back to even just the early 2000s when like people like Paris Hilton were it. She was rail thin. Everything was like it was all about like having the hip bones and being super thin. You're right. Like the media does change. There's still like and what the chat is trying to get across is that not everybody's felt that way, which I know I don't think this group thinks that every single person, every single man wanted
Well,
a
no,
thin
this
girl,
goes
but,
back to
like,
what I said before.
it's
There
posed
are
in the
filters.
media.
You should always
Yeah.
talk in generalizations because you either have gotcha bros or people who can't conceptualize.
Hi,
Those are the
Dad.
two people that go against it.
Hi.
Apparently, Wicked's pirate crew is dying. Oh no!
I'm sorry, Spirian.
There
thank you for the
might
5.
be somebody
I'll be there,
who loses
I'll be
a
there eventually.
PvP fight against
They need
nobody.
me.
I love that we're having two different
Where's your dad?
conversations. Ing, the merciless.
I love Coupling is a great show, except
Yes,
for the last season. I
coupling
haven't
goes
seen the show
downhill
yet.
when Jeff leaves.
Mm.
But
My name is Jeff.
Jeff
Damn it,
goes
Jeff.
over to a pirate show which has John Malkovich in it, and I can't remember what it's called. It's either Black Flag or Skull and Bones, and I can't remember which one it is. It's one of those. And that is an incredible pirate show, and it has Jeff in it, and he plays an entirely different character, but he's still amazing. And that deserved to beat the other pirate show, and it lost. And I'll always be upset about that.
Ing agrees. Alan Ing agrees.
Jeff was one of the best characters, if not the best character. But the pirate show he goes into is just as good. You can go and watch it. It's great.
I'll check it out. Where is it? Like, is it streaming? Like, where can I watch it?
I'll
Gotta write it
just
down,
find
hold
out what
on.
his name is, and I'll be able to find it.
called
It's either like
Coupling.
Black
Look it up.
Flag or
Oh, Black Flag.
Skull and
I just
Crossbones.
finished that. No, I was talking about
Well,
Coupling.
if he's not in that, then it's the other one. Hang on, I'll just look him up.
Wait, yeah, what's his name? Because I literally just finished Black Flag. So
Well, it's
I'll know.
Richard Coyle, but why? Wait, I know he's in something, so why is he not shown in that?
Mm,
Crossbones is the name. 2014.
Oh, I
It
never
only
seen that.
had one season, but it's got John Malkovich in it, and
That's a fair point.
It's a really good. It's not always serious. There's like a comedy element to it, but it lost out to Black Flag. They were shown at the same time, and Black Flag got carried on, and Crossbones didn't. But I preferred Crossbones.
I'm saying Black Flag. It's Black Sails.
Well, Black
Just finished-
Sails,
It was
yeah.
great. Yeah, I just finished it. It was a good show.
Both season 1 of both shows showed at the same time, ish, and that one carried on. But there was a time when they were fighting each other. But I always remember Jeff from Crossbones. It was so good.
Go to Game of Thrones.
2014.
But this
Crossing
is
the
a
bones.
good point. Hirakami for 5 during the Renaissance paintings was the media. That's fair.
the town crier was probably
Yeah,
the
no,
media.
There like if you go back through like carvings and statues, there's plenty of statues which emphasize the arse. I'm not saying nobody throughout all of history liked the arse. I'm saying that there's a weird time now where people are like, I want a fat arse. That's never existed throughout all of history.
I also think that corn probably is a contributor to some of it as well, which they didn't
We
have.
will definitely disagree on the entire porn angle. It is like
Well, no. I'm saying like it definitely can contribute to wanting some very different types of bodies to the general public.
no. I think that anti-corn is.
I'm not saying
something
I'm not anti-corn. I never said that.
I think it's an angle which bitter middle-aged women go in for, who are either jealous or insecure about it replacing the man in their lives over. And so
I never said that.
they
Just to be clear.
generalizations don't have to include you. It is literally
No, but I brought it up meaning like there's an influence on people from watching whatever type of media they enjoy. So if a lot of the women there are these buxom, big booty people, and that's an area like viewing, I could see that being.
I think
being a
they
partial
make
influence on
content
that.
that people want to watch rather than control what people want to watch. So if there's a trend of what people want to see, they make it.
Oh God. Well, and then there's the influencers, the people who are actually making media for people that have
No, I
put
think
this
it's the
on
main
people.
media.
Well, like things like Nicki Minaj, Kim Kardashian, who else is in that crew of like unrealistic body types, you know?
Well, it's not unrealistic because they have them.
Well, no, unrealistic meaning natural.
Yeah, it's not
I
natural.
think it goes back further. I think it goes back to like just after the coupling generation. There was a whole range of people that I remember. There was Kylie Minogue started it off. Then there was J-Lo. And if you go back and look at J-Lo's arse now, compared to what we have now, it is nothing compared to like the
And I think hers was
weird,
natural,
bizarre
right?
stuff that we see on people at this point. Like
think
it is
hers was
nothing compared to
natural.
whatever the other one was that was
Puerto
with
Rican.
Kanye or whoever it was.
Yeah. Yeah.
It got more and more extreme very quickly. It was bizarre, but it got there surgically. But it like all through coupling is literally my arse is there and it's always snacking and I don't want it to.
Is coupling a show? I have where
It's a
can I
comedy.
watch
That's
it?
what I
British
meant. I
comedy.
wrote it down. Yeah, like I'll check it out.
It's the best I think it's the best. I gave a whole list of
Oh, it's
the
a
best British
sitcom.
comedies early.
Ah, okay.
Slosher, thank you for the $10 Canadian. Nick D. Palio did a great joke on getting beeholes bleached. Don't get it done, ladies. It's supposed to be a bit dirty or 40. You ever use a coffee filter for 40 pots, it's going to get stained.
Why on
Wow.
earth would anyone want to I don't understand.
Oh my
whole
God. The
bleaching
first
thing.
time anyone has ever asked me about that as a professional, they were like, I want to bleach my like butthole and
Did you
like,
say
vagine.
why?
I think she was like a brown girl, so
She
I
wanted
guess
to
she
lighten
wanted to
things.
lighten the
Yeah, but
skin
why?
there.
Like, I
Oh,
understand
lightens
there might
the
be a
skin.
discoloration somehow, but I just don't understand why.
I never asked why, so
She didn't
I
ask
mean,
those questions.
yeah,
Try didn't want to know.
I knew from being
Like,
down
you can't
there that
see
it
it
was
for a start. So that
browner.
seems to be the biggest question.
No, I saw it was browner than her skin, like her skin elsewhere,
Wait,
but I don't
Yeah,
know.
but that's normal. My point is
That
that
is
you
normal.
can't see it. Like,
Well, I think she wanted to do it for her people who
Sounds
could see
familiar.
it.
I've never seen
I mean,
that.
I've heard of a size queen, but that seems like a step too far. If somebody is that big of an issue, they're like, no, not until you get that sorted, love. I just say no at that point.
Get that
I don't
sorted.
know. Beauty is
It's like,
weird.
If they're that bothered about it, just be like, no. I
Beauty
think
is
we're
really
over it.
weird. We didn't have those products, just to make it clear.
Yeah, I was
'Cause
like-
people do that.
There's
Wait,
like,
what?
That's a step beyond size queen. That's kind of like, no.
Really, Dave?
No.
Dave Chandler for 2. Thank you. Nicole Kidman says she didn't get Botox or surgery. She's like way up there. Like she
Uh-huh.
got all of it. She got it all done.
Let me see.
There's
Nicole
a
Kidman's
facelift
twin-
look,
Look her
and
up.
it is like when
She-
your
the
skin
lips
is like,
too, probably.
All right, here's a pretty recent photo of her from January.
like you can probably get away with this facelift, but once you've had several, oh yeah,
Yeah, there's no way. Like cheeks
Yeah.
don't naturally look like that.
I'm sorry,
she-
this is supposed to be saggier, I think, at her age.
once you look like that woman in Doctor Who who's just like a flat piece of skin, you've gone too far.
She also looks so emaciated.
Mhm.
I-
She was very pretty, like back in the day.
yeah, but that
yeah.
just happens with age.
Yeah, but she the was like these ladies
Like-
when they get the work done when they're like let's say like 30s, 40s, once they hit like 50s, 60s, it looks worse than it would if they just didn't get the work done.
Look, I'm not being funny, but the best gift you can give to a woman who's like 30 and over is literally just she should be happy with herself and not get anything done. Like she will age more gracefully just
Yeah,
accepting what she
naturally.
is than having all these procedures make you look weird and they make you look alien and they make
Yeah.
you look old. And you will look way better just accepting that aging is a natural part of life and just going with it.
Instant defense, thank you for the 5. Did you see the Northman? Anya Taylor Joy's butt. That was it wasn't that impressive, but hey, I haven't seen the Northman.
I
Uh,
have. I don't remember it. Maybe that's
I
why
went on-
it's not that
You're a
great.
girl, probably. You do. The guys remember that the girls' butts. Ryan the guy, thank you.
I went on a stream with Mike and Josiah told me to go and watch The Northman. So I went and watched The Northman. And then we went in, and halfway through the thing, I'm like, I don't know what they're describing to me. And it turns out that there's a film called The Northmen, MEN, and there's one called MAN, and I watched
Did you watch
MEN.
the wrong one?
Yeah, it's a different movie. But
Is it like the Gay of
that is
Thrones?
what Josiah told me to watch. So I literally went through an entire stream talking about the wrong movie. And I'm like, I quite liked it. It was great. And they said, yeah, well, the way you were talking about it, it seemed like you knew what the movie was. And so I don't know. But I watched an entirely different movie, talked about the wrong movie. But
I love it.
The North
We didn't
Men
find out
is
until
a decent.
after.
It's quite a decent movie. It's like an English indie movie, but it's quite
hilarious.
good. But it's
Ryan the
MEN,
guy.
not MAN.
Thank you for the 5. JLo started the led the big booty movement. Hers was
Yeah, but-
natural though. She probably ended up getting work done. I don't know, but I know it was like when she first started out, like the Selena movie and stuff. I'm pretty sure she was natural.
Compare J-Lo to Kardashian.
Yeah, that's
Entirely
like-
different story. Like, we
Yeah.
have gone miles away from where we were.
Yeah, that's very true. Rem Dog, thank you for the 20. Before Kim, there was J-Lo. Before her was Catherine Zeta-Jones in Entrapment. In the 20s, flappers were boards. Yeah, flapper chicks were very tiny. Slosher, thank you for the $2. Disparu, what if she had eyebrows like
Brezhnev?
There goes his microwave.
It's his Naz. It's not my fault.
Leonid Brezhnev?
I don't know.
He's got big eyebrows. Like big. Here,
It's
I'll
no
show
use
you.
talking about blokes. Like, why are we talking about a man in the first place? I've never cared about a man's
Look at those
eyebrows.
caterpillars. Jeez.
Now, that's a unibrow. That's different. I'm
That's
against
just
the
brow.
unibrow.
It's not
That is-
eyebrows,
that's-
it's just
that's
brow.
brow.
The least you
Got a
can do if
brow.
you've got a unibrow is just go at the same time. Like, that doesn't take much effort.
Those are big brows. Holy crap.
I just remember a guy on Big Brother going, "There's no better feeling than when you've gone out in public and you've just had your hair done and you've got a strong
That's a
brow.
mega brow.
And my first thing is like, what do you mean a strong brow? I don't even understand what you're talking about. And that was the first time anyone's ever talked about their eyebrows. And then it took off. And when he started shaving them off and tattooing them on and drawing
that
them
was
with pencils and stuff.
No,
It's
Disparu,
like,
that
you
was
weird
before then.
cretins.
That was way before Big Brother, the eyebrow stuff.
Not my Big Brother.
But
Oh,
well,
yeah.
oh, your actual.
I watched Big Brother many years ago.
No, I mean eyebrows in
British-
general have always been a fashion.
To be fair,
fashion
yes,
trend.
humans have always had eyebrows.
But I will say, on a blonde, it can make the difference from making them look sickly. Eyebrows and eyelashes.
I promise you, no guy has ever looked at a blonde and given a crap about her eyebrows.
I promise you that people have
They have.
commented on people being sick when they don't have makeup on
Yeah, I've seen it.
It's got
I've
nothing to do
seen
with her
it.
eyebrows.
because their
Well,
hair is so blonde that you can't see
There was
it.
literally a Twitch streamer whose entire thing is just on about how he has invisible
An
eyebrows.
example is
And that is just because he's blonde.
Ariana
Nobody can see whether he's
Grande.
got eyebrows or not.
She's blonde now, and she dyed her brows blonde, and everybody like talks about how they like hate it, and they want her to go back to her brown.
Well,
Brows
obviously,
because
if
she
you've got
looks
blonde
sick.
hair. Well,
I was gonna say,
obviously,
like, she looks
don't go
pale
around
or-
dyeing your eyebrows, you insane bitch. I mean, this isn't really complicated. Stop dyeing your hair and your eyebrows. Like, it really isn't complicated. But there is this Twitch streamer who like
Went in,
has an
the
entire joke
Disparu
about
is
how no
out
one can
today.
see his eyebrows because he is blonde with normal blonde eyebrows, and
That's
they're just invisible.
genetics. That's
Yeah.
fine.
Like, nobody cares about your eyebrows. No one's ever cared about. And you're like, well, I dyed mine. Well, don't. You crazy person. Stop dyeing. Who dyes their eyebrows?
Oh
I
my
almost
God.
forgot about the Instagram stuff because we went off on butts and
So many tangents.
we did. So I don't know if anybody here has seen this. I actually seen this morning when I woke up on, and it was like somebody I follow for cosplay purposes. They put it on their Instagram story, and I was like, "What?" So then I looked into my settings, and I was like, "Wait, what?" So right now, Instagram has, and they didn't announce it, they didn't tell anybody, and they just literally check the one for you, and you have to know that it's there. And I had quite a few people tell me they had no idea until I said something, and like I said, I just found out today about this. So they're limiting political content, and they have it checked where you limit or don't limit, and they have limit checked for everybody. Like right now, if you have Instagram, go on your Instagram, you're gonna see it in your content preferences. I think that's where you go, and it's kind of insane because it seems that it's kind of interference and a little bit against free speech. And there's people in my comments, like most of them agreed with what I was
Facebook might be
saying.
against free speech. People.
Oh, I know, right? Who'd have thought? And they're like, well, no, because they're giving you an option that it's not against free speech, but it is because they didn't announce that they did this. Nobody
automatically
knew.
limited.
Yeah, and it's
Right.
automatic. Yes, right, limited by default, and that's what makes it like exactly limited by default suspicious. It'd be different if they're like, hey, we're rolling this out just so you know, so make sure you click what you want. They did not even announce it, not that I know of, not to my knowledge. And yeah, it's only a little thing, but I thought we'd bring it up because quite a few people said they had no idea that this was going on, like that they did this. And it's like, well, yeah, like Disparu just said, Facebook censoring, who'd have thought? Yeah.
It's
Well,
like,
yeah,
oh, go ahead.
it depends as well because it is Facebook and they kind of hate their demographic of their main audience. The definition of what is political changes depending on who's saying it, and
Yeah.
so
Battle
it's
of
very likely.
definitions.
Yeah, it's very likely that they won't think that their belief system, that their values are politic at all. They will just think that that's normal, and so
Yeah.
they may not limit their beliefs that are just normal things that everyone should believe. But what you believe, what you would prefer to be pushed, what your value system is, they can claim that's political and then they can censor it. So anything like this is wrong. I'm actually surprised they outed it as much as they did.
I wonder,
Yeah.
like, do I have the political stuff too? Because I'm looking for limited interactions, and it's just
It's not limited interactions here. So you go, I have to go like into my things. So you go to your settings, like settings and privacy, and then you have to go to it's not limited interactions. It's content preferences. And then there's interested, not interested, hidden words, sensitive content, and then political content is a new thing at the end that they added. It's under content preferences. and then political
Mm.
content.
Wonder if this is suggested content
Is it different because you're in Canada?
in Canada? Maybe.
might
Maybe
be.
it might be like
Okay.
an American thing,
Shocking.
which would be interesting. I don't know.
Mm.
Disparu, you don't have Instagram, right? So it's not like you can check.
No, I have no interest in people's food.
or
Or women taking photos of their face covering up things, which is more interesting than their face.
But let's just say my media is very sus anyways. So was I surprised if they would have it in Canada? No. Trudeau just blocks it anyways.
That's true.
So, I mean,
he's only going to allow you to tell you.
we got the overlord.
See, look at Ian has it. He said it was under suggested content for him.
Suggested. Okay, let me
Okay.
go. Let me check. Suggested content. Interested, sensitive. Oh, here, political. There we go. And it's automatically on limit. Limit content from people you don't follow. Well, I
And-
actually don't really want to see people I don't follow anyway. So
Yeah, no, me neither. I don't.
Well,
I'm good
that's the
with
thing. It's not a bad setting in general for most people, because most people probably aren't interested in political content on a photograph app. But it all comes down to what you define as political in the first place.
okay, we can learn more.
Like, would somebody posting a black square come under that? Would that be filtered out? I doubt it would.
So on their Instagram page, we don't recommend political content from other accounts you don't follow. You won't see the political content in Reels, Explore, in-feed recommendations, or suggested accounts. Political and content includes governments, elections, and social topics.
Yeah, but which ones? That's the
All
whole
of
point.
them.
Well, no,
probably.
they can say that as a general thing, but it's whether they actually follow through with it. Like, we know what Facebook supports and what they don't.
Yeah.
Mhm. Very interesting. But at least it doesn't mean people you follow currently. So
As far as you know.
as far as
I don't
know.
trust the algorithms with any of them. At
Well,
least
the
Twitter has
algorithm
published theirs.
is
Not
for
that I've looked at it.
the algorithm is there for you to be on the app more, to make you more addicted, unfortunately. So
Yeah, that's true.
But
How it
even then,
works.
if they published it, at least you're going to have like a load of people who are far more intelligent than me go over it, and they will, if they find something, say it. So if Twitter has something that's unusual or weird, there's a chance that at some point someone will find it and they'll publish it. We have no idea what Facebook's is. We don't even know if that actually does anything. It's there. You know, whether it actually affects anything or not.
You want to read this one, Disparu? I feel like it's
Ian
for
so
you.
forth. I'm interested in political content because in Scotland I can now get arrested for saying all the Englishmen wear dresses. I actually don't think you can.
in Canada, you can possibly if they
Possibly.
deem it.
I mean, that would be incredibly
Hate
basic.
speech,
I mean,
I
it
mean.
would be if Scottish people could get arrested for saying that as well. Like, if in Scotland they insulted the English, they just got arrested and sent away to, like, a foreign land, like Australia. That would actually be traditional. Return to tradition.
Dame Helen Mirren was on Parkinson early in her career, and she was better looking than Sweeney, and now at 78, still looking good. Thank you for the 5 pounds. Oh,
Helen
I didn't know.
Helen Mirren was, like, the first, like, one of the original people who was
didn't-
like, if her name was in there, you know you're in for a good time.
Oh my god.
I think she's actually
I didn't
mentioned
know she
in
had
coupling
Parkinson.
as being one of the people who you knew you were going to have a good time.
She also looks like a happy person too, unlike some of the people
Probably takes
that
care
are
of
in
herself,
Hollywood.
too.
No, I mean
Yeah.
like she just
I mean,
genuinely
everyone that
looks
watched her was
happy.
having a happy time.
No, but
Camilla
like this,
Cab-
her smile is way different from
No
Nicole
one cares about a
Kidman's.
smile.
Camilla Cabello, the singer, has a
Thank you.
curvy booty, and people are hating on her for it. She looks amazing. Also, hi Wicked, hi Xray and Disparu, hi MTV Steve. Thank you.
She
for
has
the
a
5.
curvy booty. I did not like her in Cinderella, and that's why I don't.
I
like
didn't
her.
watch that one.
I
I
watched.
didn't feel like I didn't need to. The one
20
with the one with Richard Madden and Lily. Not Lily. What was her name? I forgot. But that one was great. So that's a good one. All right. We covered all the topics. Disparu got all his sassiness out.
I
What?
don't think so.
He's probably
No.
he's building up. He'll play some Helldivers
This
and
is
let
like
it all
level
out.
1 Englishman.
What do you have going on this week, Xray?
Typical stuff tomorrow, painting in the morning at 10, 1 o'clock Sunday fun day, playing Helldiver, spreading democracy. And then 6:30 p.m. on Neurotic Live. We're going to be talking about cryptids, stuff like the Loch Ness Monster, Bigfoot, the
Ooh.
Chupacabra. So check us out over there. And yeah.
Okay. Awesome. What do you got going on, Disparu? What videos?
I did a video on the Acolyte, which is largely focused on Leslie Headland and the stuff she said. But Manla Stenberg, the main actress of it, is a complete insane bitch, and she's far worse than Rachel Ziegler, and she's been doing it for years. And so that's the next thing for me. It's going to be a very interesting
Both
collection of interviews that she's done, where she basically outs herself as a massive racist, and she's proud of it. In fact, it's what she's based her entire
Loud
career
and
on.
proud.
Wow. He wears a dress because he's breezy.
Easy, breezy, beautiful, Disparu.
Isn't it weird how the English are the ones who's like, oh, they wear a dress because they're breezy, compared to the people who actually wear skirts?
I don't know. I just live in America. What do I have going on?
I'm sorry.
Tomorrow, I love it here. What do you mean? Freedom. I love Florida,
Yeah.
honestly. I really do.
The freedom to collapse your own society, being complete degenerate.
I have tomorrow. I'll probably be playing something. I'm actually gonna probably hop on Sea of Thieves for a little bit after this stream. To Monday, I'm pretty sure History of Pirates is back. We'll be back. And then I've just got my regular gaming streams during the week this week. And we are gonna try to possibly get a Saucy gaming stream next week. We're gonna talk about that. See when we're all free. We'll get some Helldivers going. And I won't say who yet, but we do have a guest next week. Yes. So that's it. Let's see. I'd never redirect. I might as well redirect you guys over to Jay, because that's
He's live again?
yeah, that's where I'm going after this. So to play
Oh.
some Sea of Thieves.
I
So
keep trying to draid him, but I can't. So
not on Drunk 3PO, but on his basement you can, on the gaming one. So that's where we are. All right, guys. Thank you for hanging out with us. This was a great one, and we will see you all next week. Bye.
Bye.
So,